laughing about it, but you win a game 58-37, and there's still stuff to clean up. And Tom Kraft obviously looking for perfection. Because what's the old Vince Lombardi quote? If you fall short of perfection, you land at excellence. 3rd and 7. Irwin, deep drop. Gets away from the first tackler. Now Rainsing trying to buy time. Over the middle, complete to Dylan Laurent for a first down. Laurent will go the rest of the way, straight arm, and he's pulled down inside the 5-yard line. Dallas Burke, the freshman from Los Alamitos, with the tackle, a 22-yard gain, and it's 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, look at this replay. Irwin nearly grabbed once, twice, looks at his progressions, finds a perfect wide-open Laurent. Great play, great heady move by that quarterback.
And this is a very talented front seven for Long Beach City College, so for Irwin to escape, I believe it was DeAnthony Jones bearing down on him. Some moxie and some strength from the sophomore quarterback of the Tigers. 1st and goal, line is the 4. Option, Irwin. Stopped just short. He had a running touchdown last week, has 3 on the year, and he's run down as he's trying to run wide is Mike Irwin. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
They went to the power formation, decided to keep it. We'll see if they stick with it. Force Long Beach to put as many guys in the box as possible here.
Again, talking with Brett Peabody this week, the head coach of LBCC, he wanted his team to come out fast. Well, hadn't quite happened here in the early going at Wheelock. 2nd and goal, Irwin again. Gets to the outside to the pylon, touchdown Mike Irwin. He would not be denied that time. Leboff came down and looked like he had a shot at Irwin, but Irwin was able to pick those feet up, get around to the outside. He's into the end zone. 79-yard drive for the Tigers. They're up 13-0 pending the PAT. 4th rushing touchdown of the year for Mike Irwin. Kick is up and good, and it's 14-0. You know, you made the joke. We make the joke often. You made the joke in the open that the battle station is fully operational. I would say it's absolutely true. Here's the first completion to Dylan Laurent on that drive. Then Irwin, again, just takes what the defense gives him, gets the ball to Giovanni Sanders for a nominal gain. Here's some more play action right back to Sanders. This time Sanders has a little more space. He's able to jostle a little more yardage on the play. Then they flare it again to the outside. Complete to Leaf. 79-yard drive, mostly through the air. Sanders another opportunity, and he's wrestled down by DeAnthony Jones. Then Irwin this time looking downfield. What a play here as he escapes and then is able to complete the ball. Dylan Laurent catches it at about the 12-yard line, now gets inside the 5. And then here's the coup de grace, the touchdown run by Irwin as the kickoff is pending. Bowens back deep for LBCC along with Julian Woodard. So Bowens back will just down it, and it'll be 1st and goal upcoming for Long Beach City from the 25.
Yeah, and watching the first 2 series for Riverside compared to last week, like I said, they looked somewhat out of sorts. I would say the best way to describe tonight is patience. It has been very patient offense. They've ran it down the clock down to 5 many times. They just don't look like they're in a rush. They've seemed to have everything going in the right direction because of that patience.
Mike Irwin, 9 of 11 through the air, 107 yards in the touchdown on the first drive, and then he has the rushing touchdown here on this drive. 1st and 10 for LBCC. Line is the 25-yard line. Looks like we have a new quarterback in for the Vikings. Tyon Harvey took the shotgun snap on that play. The run into the line. Make it 2nd and 9, a 1-yard pickup on the play by Talon Patton. Patton, the sophomore from St. Anthony High School in Long Beach. He's a big fella, Jeff, just like you, 6'2", 250. I think he runs a little faster, though.
He might.
So now West back behind center. Option, West to throw. Complete to about the 38-yard line. In on the coverage for RCC is Tyler Kinslow. Isaiah Paopao unavailable today.
Great pass by the lefty, the southpaw, but great tackle by the former Husky of Centennial.
Julian Woodard with the catch for LBCC, and it's 1st and 10 to the 38-yard line. Patton between the tackles, running over the hash mark. Burrows up to near midfield. Line of scrimmage was the 38. I believe that'll be enough to advance the sticks yet again. Now he's just short. They marked him down at the 46. Patton came in averaging 6 yards a pop. Led St. Anthony to a D10 title back in 2017. It was their first CIF title in 68 years in football. So call it 2nd and a short 2. They go right back to Patton. He'll have the first down, crossing over into RCC territory on the painted tiger visage at midfield. As we're under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Talon Patton kind of finding some rhythm behind the big boys up front for Long Beach City College. Derek West, the freshman, Highland High School in the Palmdale area, came in having completed 51% of his passes and has 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. Out of the shotgun, here comes pressure. Gets away from Fitzgerald. West will launch down the field, and it's complete at the 20-yard line. Out of bounds is Zion Bowens. Bowens, the sophomore from Long Beach Poly. They'll mark it inside the 20.
Bowens, like you said, the number 1 receiver coming into the season, but a great move by that quarterback. The lefty nearly grabbed in the backfield. Perfect pass down the field.
35-yard completion, so officially to the 15. 1st and 10 for Long Beach City College. So Derek West shaking some of the cobwebs, and now we'll get another look at a Wildcat situation. Tyon Harvey, he is the freshman from Inglewood Morningside High School. Handoff up the middle.
Well, taken out by number 11.
Yeah, Harvey, quarterback wide receiver. So we've seen him play both spots tonight.
Watson, the freshman from Lawndale, with the carry. As we get a look at that last play. That was very Vince Young-esque, what West just did, shoving the defender away and pushing the ball downfield. And that wasn't some ham and egger. That was Kobe Fitzgerald, one of the top linebackers for RCC. Call it 2nd and 9. Line is the 14 of RCC. 14-0. Tigers jumped out on top. Trying to muster some resistance are the Vikings. Here's the option. Here's the throw. Wide open. Touchdown. Completion to Zion Bowens. They bought in their running quarterback, Tyon Harvey. Harvey running a little RPO there, running some option to the outside, and they lose track of Bowens, and it's a touchdown.
And 2 very big missed tackles by the Tiger defense on this series. Both would have prevented big plays or a touchdown.
If you're Brett Peabody, the head coach of Long Beach City, you breathe a huge sigh of relief. PAT coming up. Alfredo Flores, the freshman from Bellflower. He was 7 of 7 against Grossmont a couple of weeks ago, and he's 1 for 1 tonight to make it a 14-7 game. So an interesting road for Long Beach City College. They won their opener at Grossmont, and they lost against Mount Sac at home on September 14th. They were supposed to play last week, but their opponent, LA Valley, couldn't field the team, so they were awarded a forfeit. That's how they're 2-1.
No team.
Or they didn't have enough players to field it, as we see the play by Patton to get to midfield. And then here's the big completion. Fitzgerald, he shoves him away, does West, steps up and releases the ball down the field, and it's complete to Bowens. And Bowens, a couple plays later, here's the play. Option, again gets away from a tackle, throws it down the field into the end zone for a touchdown. So a 75-yard drive for Long Beach City College, and they make it a 14-7 game. 46 yards passing, 2 passes complete by West on the drive, and the 14-yard touchdown from Harvey to Bowens to conclude it. Short kick, fielded at the 28-yard line. This is Hervey, the freshman from San Jacinto, puts his head down and hurdles forward just over the 35-yard line. So Caleb Hervey seeing action early here for RCC. Good to see.
Yeah, good to see. Big body. Very fluid when he runs. But deceptively athletic.
Now he's on. Yeah, you mentioned that. He's on the roster for RCC as a tight end. Remember, he was a wide receiver last year for San Jacinto, and Eric Galliano, his head coach, who played a little junior college ball himself at Cerritos, believes that Caleb is a D1 level talent. End around for Kennedy. Kennedy trying to reverse field, trying to slither through, but too many white shirts there. He'll lose 2. So down, well, they're up 14-7, but right after the score by Long Beach City, Riverside looks to get the ball in the hands of their playmaker, Tyler Kennedy.
Well, and we've seen how good he is. He's, in fact, going to Southern Miss in the fall, made a commitment, but he is just so quick.
Finally knocking him down was Malik Welch. Welch has been all over the field for the defense. As Irwin back to throw. Irwin down the field. He's got Sanders, but he'll overthrow him. Second down play. Make it third down on the incompletion. So I guess no loss for Kennedy. Kennedy was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. I thought he was pushed back to about the 36, but the ball spotted again at the 38. Another look at it. Irwin has had just wide open lanes. A little bit of pressure there. Released it perhaps a little earlier than he would have liked. From the 38, 3rd and 10 for RCC. They lead 14-7. Blitz off the outside. Irwin gets it away. Complete to Retzlaff. Retzlaff with a first down. Crossing into Long Beach City territory. He'll be down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. About an 18-yard pickup.
And Retzlaff last week was that unsung hero in that first half. Really made some big plays in third downs.
Does so again there. Kennedy split out to the far side. Retzlaff to the near side of the near slot. Sanders for RCC. There's Bosley into motion. Here's the pressure. First down. Looking down the field for Kennedy. Kennedy couldn't hold it, and a flag on the play. Good shot down the field. How about that from Irwin to Tyler Kennedy?
Great look, great throw. In fact, you expect Kennedy to come up with those acrobatic plays. They're going to call a pass interference. He's going to get another shot here.
You may as well try. So Dallas Branch, kind of the rover in that formation, had 13 tackles against Mount Sac a couple of weeks ago, matched up one-on-one with Ty Kennedy, and that one goes to Ty as he draws the PI. So line is the 30, 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. To the bottom of the screen is Retzlaff. Ball on the turf, and down he goes. Fumble the snap. DeAnthony Jones comes in. He'll get credit on the tackle. Loss back to the 35-yard line for RCC.
2nd and 15 for the Tigers.
Low snap. Irwin went down to get it. Couldn't quite field it cleanly, and the pressure had come in. So 2nd and 15. Line is the 35 of Long Beach City College. 14-7 here as the first quarter winds down at Wheelock Stadium. A little bit of an overcast night, but it's football weather. We like it, Jeff. We have a roof over our head right now.
It feels like fall. I love it. It felt like summer last week. It was 100 degrees. Now it's beautiful.
Slamming up the middle for 4 yards as Cameron Bousley gets most of that loss back. 4 yards brings up 3rd and 11. Theo Bullard runs out on the field for RCC. Replacement on the offensive line for Tom Kraft. From the 31, 3rd and 11. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Here's the throw in the middle, nearly intercepted. Destined Hall, the sophomore from Lawndale, waiting in the middle there, and the ball was the closest to him. He couldn't come up with it. 4th down for RCC. And surprise, surprise, Jeff, they're going to leave the offense on the field. Split to the far side, top of the screen is Ty Kennedy. I'd look to him. 4th and 11. They go right over the middle, complete to Retzlaff. Retzlaff trying to effort for the first down, and he'll get it. First quarter comes to an end. Retzlaff gets up inside the 20-yard line. Sticks move up for RCC.
Mr. Dependability, 3rd and 4th down. Go to your guy, Retzlaff.
Needed 11 yards, and he got 12. So Retzlaff with the reception and the yards after the catch. He caught the ball at about the 30-yard line, just inside the 30, and he needed to get about 10 yards on his own, and he was able to do so for the first down. So this drive started back on the 38-yard line for RCC. They've advanced all the way to the 20 of Long Beach City College. Let's throw it down to Brian Wilson on the sideline as the Tigers lead this one 14-7 at the end of the first quarter.
Hey guys, yeah, if you're RCC, you got to be super happy about how your defense has improved this week. Obviously, they got some things that they need to work on, those long passes, but it is getting physical down here. You can tell that this is a rivalry game. It should be hard hitting for the rest of the one. Back to Jeff and Hassan.
Hey, Brian, thanks a lot. Interesting point Brian brings up. This is a rivalry in the sense that until, I think, last year, Long Beach City and RCC were in the same division.
Yes.
They're no longer in the same division. RCC plays out of the National Southern, and Long Beach City, I believe, plays out of the National Central.
All kinds of divisions. But, yeah, Long Beach, these two teams have played for many, many years. I remember as a kid being a ball boy for the Tigers and working a couple Long Beach Viking games here.
Irwin, 12 of 16 for 135 yards in the first quarter. First and 10 from the 20, goes right over the middle. There was some contact there. Laurent says he got it, and the official agrees with him. Complete down to the 6-yard line. So a 14-yard pickup on the play. Dylan Laurent now with 4 catches for 73 yards. First and goal from the 6.
I'm not too sure if that was a catch, but, hey, we'll give it to him.
Irwin looking to the right side. He'll throw into the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Intended receiver was Dylan Laurent. Second and goal upcoming for RCC.
That looked too easy. It was wide open, just a little bit too easy for one another.
First quarter numbers, total yards of offense, 141 for Riverside compared to 94 for Long Beach City.
It was a great catch. Might have hit the ground a little bit, but man, what a tough one-handed catch there.
Second and goal to the near corner. Incomplete, but a flag in on the play. Intended receiver for RCC, Xavier Janelle, the 6'1" sophomore.
Offside. Defense, number 28.
Juniel, the sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, he prepped at Brophy Prep, which is a big-time athletic high school in the Phoenix area. I believe it is the alma mater of big leaguer Mike Leake.
Wow.
A lot of big athletes from that school, but that's the only one I can remember off the top of my head. Leach split out to the far side. Here's Irwin, will take it himself. Irwin puts the shoulder down. Runs headlong into the middle of the line. He'll push forward, and they'll say down at the 1-yard line. Waiting for him in the middle was Divine Obishir, the junior, actually the sophomore out of Westchester High.
And it's always nice when you can have Kevin Brown come in from behind. As you see him, he's not too small.
Kevin Brown tips the scales at about 400 pounds, 6'7". The big left tackle for RCC. And they downgraded. Because remember, it was John Cron last year.
Right.
And he was 6'11".
That's right.
And John Cron, and Malik Walker both, who were with RCC last year, they're both up in Portland at Portland State this year playing in the Big Sky.
Yeah, you and I were talking about going up to Portland this year. I went the last year. It was one of the greatest places. Can't wait for you to go up to Portland State.
Yeah, I'm going to be there for basketball for a couple of days because the team I work for, CSUN, they play Portland State and University of Portland. So we'll be up there for a few days. I'm going to try to get a picture. For you and Pep, I'm going to reach out to Malik Walker, and we'll get a picture of John Cron, Malik Walker, and myself, a couple Riverside guys, and then me when I'm up there in December. Their season will be over by then, so they'll have time to socialize.
But the incredible, they've built such great facilities there. They opened a brand new football facility.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the new basketball facility.
Unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful arena built right on the campus. They have great pizza out in front, too. That's the one thing I will tell you. They have outdoor food trucks everywhere in Portland. They have some right outside before the games. Make sure you get the pizza. They got all kinds of pizza. Do you like artichokes on your pizza?
Love artichokes.
Oh, artichoke pizza. They have the best.
The band ascending into the stands. It is homecoming here at RCC tonight. There were some festivities before the game going on campus. 3rd and goal from the 1 for the Tigers. They already lead at 14-7, trying to maintain their top ranking. Tight set. Irwin going to just try to sneak in. No signal as of yet. Now they'll say he's stopped at the 1. Just trying to sneak in behind center Ryan Suliafa'u. And now flags come in on the play as the tussling gets a little bit intense in the scrum. The mass of humanity down in front. So it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think it's going to be called against the Tigers. I think it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct here.
Now, I thought Irwin took it himself, but it looks like Agustin Bujurquez had the carry. He was the fullback out of Tucson, Arizona, Highland High School, and he's still on the field right now.
After the play. Sportsmanlike conduct. Number 68 of the offense, pulling people off the pile. That is number 68's first unsportsmanlike foul for the evening. 4th down.
So they get Ryan Rowe, who's in the big package. He's the sophomore out of Diamond Ranch, for pulling people off the pile. And I guess that's a rule, so you have to abide by it. And you know how things get testy when you get down close like that and you get 2 rival teams who are both playing physical, and the field goal team out on the field now for RCC. And Rowe kind of pleading his case. Caleb Harvey trying to cool him down there. Harvey playing the role of the good teammate. So a field goal attempt coming up. 32-yard kick coming up for Zervelis. Puts his foot into it. The distance is there, as is the accuracy. And the field goal will come with 13-17 to play here in the second quarter. RCC, Jeff, now up by a score of 17-7.
Yeah, Riverside, as long as you get points on a drive, I mean, they use the lot clock, still maintain a 10-point lead. You got to be happy if you're Coach Kraft so far. Other than that penalty, which probably would have got them in the end zone, you got to be happy here.
62-yard drive took 4 minutes and 17 seconds, culminates in the 32-yard field goal off the foot of Zach Zervelis. And we'll get a look at the drive. This is at the end of the first quarter. Retzlaff with a nice catch. He'll have one a couple of plays later as well. Here's Irwin looking down the field for Kennedy. Can't quite come up with it. One-on-one coverage down the field. And then we flip the field after the second quarter. What a catch there by Dylan Laurent, setting up this field goal. And Carson Reed will put his foot into it. He had 3 touchbacks last week. This one is returnable, but it's fumbled by Bowens. He's back to the 1-yard line, has some space trying to get outside, and he'll finally be taken down on the play, making the tackle for RCC. Ben Karikari.
Ben Carnegie. Ball will be spotted right there at the 21-yard line.
So Long Beach City College down 17-7 with 13:10 to play in the second quarter. Starts this game at the 21-yard line. Irwin now 149 yards through the air, 13 of 18. Laurent 4 catches, 73 yards. RCC 157 yards of offense. 94 for Long Beach City, but 75 of those came in one drive. West gives to Talon Patton. Patton traverses up to the 24-yard line. 3 yards on first and down, 2nd and 7 for the Vikings of LBCC. So Karo Koshkaran has made a couple of tackles, the defensive end. Remember, Marcus Wilson not available tonight for RCC, so it's next man up for the defense. Line is the 24 for Long Beach City, 2nd and 7. West to Patton, tries the middle, nothing doing.
Well, it appears Riverside's kind of adjusted pretty well to this run game.
Holyfield was the first man there to fill the hole. 3rd down.
Let's see if they keep the same quarterback in or they rotate in on 3rd down passing play. They're going to stick with him.
Taj Wright split out to the near side, trips to the top of the screen for Long Beach City College. Rolling left is West. The lefty will complete the ball to Woodard at the 30. He'll dance up over the stick, past the marker, first down. So a third down conversion for Long Beach City. Against Mount Sac a couple of weeks ago in the loss, 244 total yards. They were a 55-44 split rush to pass. In the win against Grossmont, they were 60-40 rush to pass. So it's a team likes to be able to control the clock when they can. Woodard pushed out by Dorso. From the 32, 1st and 10 for Long Beach City College. 3 receivers to the near side. Bowens at the bottom of the screen, but the handoff is to Patton. And Patton is swarmed right at the 36-yard line. Runs right into Alex Oyawale.
Oyawale, hello. Met big time tackle saving that play. No gain.
Oyawale from Vista Murrieta High School. Loss of 2 yards, so they'll call it 2nd and 12. Line is the 30 for Long Beach City. Play action, West looking down the field over the middle. He's got a man, it's complete. Zion Bowens matched up in coverage with Ray Estes.
Boy, how good has he been so far? 3 big catches.
So Bowens advances the ball all the way up to the 36-yard line of Riverside City College. Brett Peabody very confident about his speed on the outside. Feels that's something they can use to keep themselves in the game. 1st and 10. West off the back foot, throwing deep. Hanging up in the air. Jump ball. Who got it? Touchdown! Coming down with it is Zechariah Dolphin, the freshman out of Long Beach Wilson.
Boy, that was just a jump ball. That ball was thrown. I thought it was going to hit a light.
Instead, my bad, that was Zion Bowens with the touchdown. Bowens comes down with it again for Long Beach City, and they respond after the defense gets a little help from a penalty and stops RCC. They come right back down the field, a 36-yard pass from Derek West to Zion Bowens, who seems to be heating up with 10:02 to play in the second quarter. Flores on for the PAT for the Vikings, and it's 17-14.
In the second quarter, the Riverside City College Tigers 17. The Long Beach City College
So a 79-yard drive that start back on the 21-yard line for Long Beach City takes just 3 minutes and 18 seconds. And the big play there to Bowens, and then finally Bowens will finish it off too. It's a 2-on-1. 2 gray shirts there along with Bowens, and he just went up in high point of the football, and he lands in the end zone. On the coverage, looks like Tyler Kinslow was in there getting some help for RCC, but Bowens, superlative, goes up and gets it. You mentioned it, Jeff, on that drive. Bowens with 3 receptions, 81 yards, and the touchdown.
Number 2, along with number 1. Lorenz Whitener back deep for the Tigers.
So Whitener and Kennedy deep. Christian Lemus, the freshman from Mayfair High School, kicks it off. This is Whitener from the 13. Whitener trying to reverse his field. And he gets lit up at the 25-yard line. Big hit made on the play by Isaiah Hobson.
Ouch.
Hobson lights him up. Now, Caleb Hervey was in position trying to make a block. He didn't want to get called for a block in the back.
No, he did not. But this is a big-time tackle.
So Whitener crossing the field, gets away from that tackle. And see, Hervey's right there. He wants to help his guy, but if he makes a block, it's going to be a flag, so he thinks his guy can maybe get outside, but Hobson there to make the hit, and it'll be 1st and 10 for RCC from the 25-yard line. 75 yards to go for the Tigers. They lead this one 17-14. Long Beach City has been game here in the first half Irwin steps up complete to Laurent, who is do-si-doed down at the 25. I think they'll give him his forward progress to the 27-yard line. Penalty on the play, tackle on the play for Long Beach City College, Dallas Branch.
I think they're going to say roughing the passer here. Let's see if I'm...
Branch had 13 tackles against Mount Sac a couple of weeks ago, including a fumble recovery and a couple of passes defensed.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 50. 15 yards from the end of the completed pass. Automatic first down.
So the ball will advance up to the 42 for RCC after the penalty. Another look at it. Stepping up is Irwin, and from behind, Divine Obasher with a little love tap called on the flag. This time he goes down. DeAnthony Jones off the edge, the sophomore from Lusinger, sacks Irwin back to the 35-yard line, a 7-yard loss. 2nd and 17 now.
Yeah, he got right around Kevin Brown, as you can see here. Just quick, right off the edge.
Line is the 35, 2nd and 17. Irwin again running for his life. Throws the ball to the outside, complete near the original line of scrimmage. I believe that's Leith with the reception. Leith up to the 45, so 44 officially. So call it 3rd and 8.
Brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
48-yard line on the Long Beach side of the field is the line to get Kennedy split out to the near side, near slot. Dylan Laurent, watch the man to the top of your screen. That's Reggie Retzlaff. Irwin looks for Kennedy, the playmaker. At the cusp of the painted Tiger visage, he's tackled there by Dallas Branch. First down, RCC.
First down, Tigers.
And what a game Kennedy had last weekend, Jeff. 5 catches, 132 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's his first reception tonight. 1st and 10 from the 44. Irwin looks right back to Kennedy. Locked up in one-on-one coverage with Destin Hall. He's wrestled out of bounds, and a flag comes in. Ball completed to the 36.
Flag on the play.
I'm not too sure where that penalty is, but let's...
The officials caucusing at about the 45-yard line of the Vikings.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense.
So ball will go down to the 21-yard line of the Vikings. So the Vikings trying to be physical with RCC, which is a good strategy, but a roughing the passer and a face mask here. Get another look at it. Irwin, the quick out. And there you go. You can't use the face mask to tackle as he spins Kennedy out of bounds.
21-yard line.
1st and 10. Line is the 21. Irwin. Out of the backfield, incomplete. Elijah Bennett, the intended receiver, the freshman from Claremont. Although Bennett on the roster, Jeff, as a running back, he has 4 catches on the year for 65 yards.
And we've seen the same from Jamon McGlory, who's been used as a receiver as well. A very good running back out of Arlington High School. And we see Coach Kraft likes to use his backs as Reggie Bush-like receivers.
2nd and 10 for RCC from the 21. Irwin looking to Kennedy. Kennedy goes up and gets it complete to the 15-yard line.
As is complete to number 2, Tyler Kennedy.
So Kennedy heating up a little bit here for RCC, but Long Beach City probably has the speed to try to be able to contain him. They have a bunch of guys that can match up with him and not let them get behind him. But Kennedy, I mean, it's not just about speed with Tyler Kennedy. He is a playmaker. He is a football player, Jeff.
Yeah, we saw his strength last week, and in one of the touchdowns we caught and dragged 3 other players down with him. We saw the speed of just breakaway speed, and right there, the great hands of Tyler Kennedy.
Going to the corner of the end zone for Kennedy. Nearly intercepted. It'll be incomplete. Was it intercepted? It was intercepted. Apologize. We lost sight of him. Dallas Burke, the freshman from Los Alamitos, managed to stay in bounds. I had thought he'd fallen out of bounds, but the official rules it a turnover. So the first turnover of the game scored by Long Beach City College. Another look at it. Into the corner of the end zone, and wow, that's a great play. Had the foot down on the block. So I saw the hat fly in, thought that might have been the football. But what a play by Burke latching onto that, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Long Beach City College. So here we go. The Vikings staying with the Tigers here in the early going, exactly as Brett Peabody said we need to get off to a good start. And actually it was Riverside that got off to the hot start. They were up 14-0. 1st and 10, play action to Patton. Here's the option. Tries to fling it to the outside. They rule it a complete pass. They ruled it incomplete. I meant forward pass. Because if that's a lateral, that's a live football.
That's definitely. That was kind of a strange looking play there.
Somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be.
Exactly.
That's what it looked like to me. But that's how the read option was invented. So he makes the catch there. That 1 foot is in. So it's an interception. And then the hat comes in. That's what I thought was the football. 2nd down and 10. Keeping it is West. 25. And finally be twisted down at about the 27-yard line. Kue Olatoa throws him down 29. They'll mark it.
Brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Vikings.
From the 29, a 3rd and 1. Here's Patton shuttling. First down.
Well, think about a quarterback. He balls out, gets the first down for the Vikings.
So they bought Harvey in to run that play. Tyon Harvey, we've called his name a couple times, thrown a touchdown pass earlier today. The freshman from Morningside High School.
35-yard line, where it'll be a Vikings first down.
That's in the wood, isn't it?
I actually have a chance to work with a former Morningside coach in my other job, Jeff.
That's right.
I think he recruited you.
Yes, he did.
We're talking about Jim Herrick, of course.
Yes.
Coach Herrick began his career as head coach of Morningside High School before becoming an assistant at Utah State. Then he was an assistant at UCLA for a couple of years before taking the Pepperdine job. And then he went over to UCLA where he won a national championship in 1995. And I know, I don't want to get too personal, but I understand you and he didn't really see eye to eye in the recruitment.
No, I will say this. I had Tracy Murray, one of my best friends, and Mitchell Butler, both attended UCLA. I went on my trip. I said, who are you recruiting? He goes, you got to ask that question. You don't want to be a Bruin. I said, okay, I'm going to Cal.
Penalty marked off against Long Beach City. It's a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15 from the 30. Running over the left side is Harvey.
See, I always wanted to go to UCLA, and I used to go to the practices once a year. My dad would bring us down, and the one guy that made, you're going to laugh at this, the one guy that made me want to be a Bruin was a guy named Brad Wright. That was a center. He took me under his wing when I would go to practice, and I said I always wanted to be a Bruin. Then Jim Herrick ruined it for me.
I'll have to tell Coach when I see him. First down from the 37. West back in there. Fumbled snap, ball still on the turf. I believe West recovered it. Olatoa was the first man in there. Ultimately, I believe making the tackle was Alex Oyewale. So Oyewale in there. You see Olatoa over the top, and then Oyewale cleans it up. So a loss back to the 33, 4-yard loss. 3rd and 12 coming up. Watch Bowens. He is split out to the near side for Long Beach City College. West on the roll. Here comes pressure. Stumbles forward over the 30 to the 34. Finally brought down by Kobe Fitzgerald. 4th down. Nice job by Kobe Fitzgerald. Instead, that was Tyon Harvey. So another team running 2 quarterbacks, but they're almost, it's like a hockey situation with Harvey and West alternating.
In a shift change.
Holyfield had the first shot at him, and then Fitzgerald cleaned it up. Punt coming up from Jacob Lemieux, the freshman from Lakewood. High punt which turns over. Fair catch called at the 27 by Dorso. and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 27 for RCC with 4:33 to go in this first half. 17-14, the Vikings keeping it close.
I'll tell you what, after the first two series, we thought RCC was going to walk away with this one. But the Vikings, like you said, changing quarterbacks, changing schemes. Defensively, they've done a great job. That secondary, Riverside really hasn't been able to penetrate. The linebacking core for Long Beach has been solid. Let's see if Riverside can adjust.
And Riverside is banged up. They're without a couple of key players on the defensive side. 1st and 10. Tipped up and intercepted. Intended receiver was Joseph Griffin on the play. The tip, and then Dallas Branch comes up with the tip drill. Second turnover of the game forced by Long Beach City College.
Well, watching that play, I think everybody in the bleachers knew that was a telegraph pass. I knew exactly where it was going as soon as he caught it, or as soon as he caught the snap.
Tipped by DeAnthony Jones, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Long Beach City College. The defensive coordinator for Long Beach City is Steve Rudaflores. His 4th year running the defense. He's out of Alhambra High School. Interesting twist about his career. He played college football at both Long Beach State and CSUN. You may be saying, wait a minute, Ghazal. They don't have football teams. They once did. 1st and 10 at the RCC 26. This is West handing to Patton. Patton fighting upfield to the 22-yard line. Tackled there after about a 4-yard pickup by A.J. Talafa'u.
Back in the day when Long Beach State was coached by George Allen?
He was there, I think, the year after Allen, but there is an interesting tidbit for Steve Rudaflores' career. 2nd and 7, line is the 23 for Long Beach City College. And they're knocking on the door here. It was a 14-0 lead for RCC, but Long Beach City has managed to keep it close. They could either tie or take the lead if they can finish this drive. West looking up top, and Estes takes it away. Acrobatic interception at the 5. That was just mano a mano between Estes and Taj Wright, and Ray Estes, the freshman out of East St. Louis, plucks it away. RCC football at the 5-yard line.
Great hands there.
So getting back to Steve Rudaflores, he may have played for Allen. Allen's last year coaching at Long Beach State was 1990. And in 1991, though, one of Steve Rudaflores' teammates was Terrell Davis. They shut down the Long Beach State program. He transferred to Georgia, and the rest, as they say, is history. 1st and 10. Here's the give right up the middle.
I had a class with Terrell Davis. Believe it or not, we were partners in a lab together at California Baptist University.
Wow.
And he was already played. And
Joseph Griffin takes the second carry. He had the first carry, and now he's stopped just short.
Hey, he was my study buddy, so I'd sit and ask him questions about football.
And it's pronounced Terrell. I remember
yes,
that was a big thing.
And he would buy dinner because he was the wealthy guy.
Because he hadn't won the Super Bowls yet, right?
No, he had already won them.
Oh, he had already won them.
He was already retired. He was going to because he was teaching out here locally and wanted to get his credential at one time.
3rd and 2. Irwin still upright, but not for long. DeAnthony Jones was the first man to him. And then cleaning it up for Long Beach City College was Kaze Hayashi. Hayashi, the sophomore, he's from Tokyo, but he prepped at Mary Star in San Pedro, lost back to the 6-yard line, and the Long Beach City defense plays around the turnover. So a punt coming up. Looks like Bowen standing at the 45-yard line of RCC. Bounces at about the 32 and takes an RCC bounce. It'll roll dead on that Tiger image at midfield down at the 48-yard line. So punt 42 yards, no return, and Long Beach City still with an opportunity to try to take the lead here at the end of the first half. Remember, they won the toss, did Long Beach City. They elected to defer. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last time. I was up here a couple years ago with Jeff Gorham when a bumblebee flew in here, and I tried to be the macho man and grab it with my fingers, and I got stung.
He is still under there. By the way, Gazal last night in our pregame, I got stung by a bee on my hand during the pregame. I toughed it out.
Last year we had a cooler up here, so I just stuck my hand in the cooler and just let it cool off.
He's still there. He's eyeballing you.
1st and 10 from the 49. The give up the middle. And the ball's loose. RCC picks it up. Saeed Galloway, the freshman out of North Torrance, fumbles the football, and it's been a flurry of turnovers. 3 turnovers in about the last 5 minutes. Here's the give to Galloway, and has the ball stripped. Looks like Fitzgerald was the one who got a hand in there, and RCC will have possession. So Kobe Fitzgerald strips it away. 1st and 10, Tigers from the 39.
That's where the Riverside City College Tigers will take over. 1st and 10.
So Kennedy split out to the near side. Coming down to join him is Giovanni Sanders. Laurent, a little bit of confusion. So trips to the near side, and now Bosley moves to the left side of Irwin. 1st and 10 from the 39. Here comes the pressure. Complete over the middle to Leith, and Leith will pick up about 3. Tackle made on the play by Daniel Chavez. Nick Delgadillo is in on the situation as well, and Irwin kind of a little playful jostling with Divine Obisher, the big defensive tackle for Long Beach City. So call it a gain of 4 from the 43, 2nd and 6. Irwin stepping up. Irwin will take it himself. Toe tap midfield. Surge over midfield into Long Beach City territory and have a 1st down. Flag in the backfield, never good if you're the offense.
Never. Tell you what, this is going to come back.
Been a relatively clean game. There have been a couple of late hit penalties and a roughing the passer, but as far as in the context of the play, not many. I think that might be the first flag.
Yeah, I tell you what, this has been a very good game so far, clean game.
Offense, number 77, 15 yards penalty, replay, 2nd down.
They whistle Kevin Brown, the big fella from Corona Centennial, the left tackle for RCC. So the ball back now 15 yards to the 28-yard line. To call it 2nd and 21. Need to get to the 49 for a 1st down on the RCC side of the field. Irwin to throw. Looking underneath for Cameron Bosley. Incomplete, 3rd and 21. I mean, Long Beach City's just bringing the sink. They're just sending everybody at Michael Irwin.
They're making Michael Irwin beat him or beat them by themselves. And right now, Long Beach, like you said, bringing the house.
Irwin completed 9 of his first 11 passes, and an adjustment by Steve Ruta Flores, the former 49er and Matador. Right end jumps, free play. Kennedy. What a play by Kennedy, kind of climbing the back of Dallas Branch. It fell incomplete, but A for effort there for Ty Kennedy, the sophomore out of Rancho Verde.
Offside, defense, number 4, 5 yards penalty, replay, 3rd down.
So move the ball up to the 33, 3rd and 16 for Riverside City. So Kennedy split out to the near side. Near slot is Dylan Laurent. Bosley in the backfield. Back to throw Irwin. Irwin now stepping up. He'll throw to the outside. Complete to the 44. Leith with the reception. Bumped out of bounds by Dallas Burke.
39-yard line. 44.
So line is the 44. 4th and a long 5. Irwin stays out there for the Tigers. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Kennedy to the near side, Leith to the top of your screen. In the far slot is Giovanni Sanders. Cameron Bosley is the lone setback. Irwin to throw over the middle. Complete to Laurent, first down. Bumps off a tackle, and he'll get out of bounds inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. 16-yard pickup on the play, and the Sticks move up, and RCC's in business.
I'll tell you what, when he got that ball, I don't think anybody from Long Beach knew where he was. I mean, he's scissored in and out. Watch this. Whoop.
Tigers with 2 timeouts and 51 seconds. So you can still use the middle of the field if you're RCC, but I'd look to the man to the bottom of your screen, Ty Kennedy. Instead, they'll go to the right side of the field, dropped. A little bit of mustard on that. Intended for Rolandis Whitener. 2nd and 10. Another look, Jeff.
Yeah, that ball was thrown perfectly. Whitener was making the move before he caught the football.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Irwin looking for Laurent on the crossing route. DeAnthony Jones there with a hand. Remember, he tipped the one earlier that became an interception. 3rd and 10. You know, Brett Peabody, the head coach of Long Beach City, we were talking about his defense, and he was telling me he thinks the front 7 and secondary can play with anybody. He said on an athletic level, we can play with anybody in the state. We just need to minimize the mistakes and just do our job. 3rd down play. Irwin stepping up. Gets away from pressure. Irwin looking. It's complete. Just short of the Sticks. Good tackle there on the far side of the field around the 30-yard line. So 4th down coming up. It'll be 4th and short with 31 seconds on the clock. Bosley with the reception. Another look at it. Just a 4-man rush. Nice job by Long Beach City putting the pressure on. Irwin just kind of lofts that up there, puts a little touch on it. And Malik Welch, the sophomore from North Torrance, making the play, and timeout. I believe Long Beach City called timeout.
Long Beach, first of the half.
Yeah, it's been a quick first half. Just over an hour long, which is a lot different than last week.
Long Beach City in the National Northern Conference this year, they play with Canyons, East LA, Ventura, Moore Park, and Bakersfield. Canyons is the defending champion. They're 2-1 right now. So Canyons, East LA, and Ventura all 2-1, just like Long Beach City. And Long Beach City comes in here to play RCC, we mentioned, #1 in the country. They're #1 in both the coaches and SID polls in Southern California, or in California as well. But Tom Kraft says, rankings mean nothing. Like, I'll look at him once the playoffs start. I don't care about him right now.
That's coach speak. He's talking to his wife and saying, hey, we're ranked #1. That's awesome.
Did you do that when you were a coach?
Of course. But I was never ranked #1.
Oh, there you go. 4th and 1. Line is the 31, 17-14. Riverside ran that to a 14-0 lead, and Long Beach City has hung in there since. Irwin going for it all. Looking for Kennedy. It'll be incomplete. Ball goes over on downs to Long Beach City College. Dallas Branch matched up with Tyler Kennedy. So 1st and 10 for Long Beach City. So a good first half for the Vikings.
Great first half. We didn't think it was going to be this great. Tigers start off scoring 2 quick ones, and that's all they've got.
Shades of last week when San Bernardino Valley kept it close into the 3rd quarter, and then RCC made a couple of adjustments, figured some things out, and they put up 27 straight points. So the Vikings get the ball to start the second half. I don't think they'll do anything crazy here. West, will just be content to give the ball to Patton. And kind of a wrecking ball is Patton. He'll have a first down.
Ball taken there by number 32 on the pass.
So Patton with an 11-yard run. I was talking about this before the game. Riverside had really stifled the run in their first 2 games, had actually given up a total of less than 50 yards. And then last week, San Bernardino totaled over 100 yards on the ground. So I thought that might open a window for some opposition to how to attack the defense of Riverside. I know that Brett Peabody likes to run the football, but they've been much more successful throwing the ball than they have running the ball against RCC as the first half comes to an end with the score 17-14 in favor of the Tigers of RCC. Jeff Gorham.
Yeah, and I really thought RCC started off well. I think Long Beach capitalized defensively, made a couple stops, created a couple turnovers. Overall, though, I thought it was a pretty clean game by both teams. Now it's all about adjustments. Who comes out, who will take advantage.
We'll have homecoming festivities here at halftime with the home team leading by 3. Are we going down to Brian Wilson? I guess we're not. I thought we were. But they're bringing out the band for the halftime show. We'll head to the locker room with the score 17-14. 229 yards on offense for RCC, 217 for Long Beach City. So a pretty evenly matched first half. And the difference is a turnover early, a kick return early, gave Riverside great field position. They punched it in, then went up 14-0. But Long Beach City has rallied back to make it 17-14 at the half. An exciting second half of football coming up. We'll step aside for the halftime festivities here at Wheelock Stadium. It is homecoming here at RCC. Tigers 17, Vikings 14. Back with more football in a few minutes.
Got junk too big for the trash can? Then call 311 to schedule a bulky item pickup. Riverside residents get 2 free pickups a year, but you gotta follow 3 simple rules. Bulky items must be curbside by 5:30 a.m. the day of your pickup, light enough for 2 people to lift, and the total volume can't be larger than 8 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot. If you got a lot of junk, check out our bulky item and e-waste drop-off events held several times each year. Bulky item pickup. Call us today and we'll haul it away.
Police officer pilot. I've been with the city for a little over 10 years. I've always loved aviation and I've always loved law enforcement, so to be able to combine the two together, two of the things that I love the most. I've got experience in the background in law enforcement, so to couple that with aviation and fly every day and still do police work, that's why I'm out here. Work day shift 7 to 5. I usually get here a little before 7. We'll get an email on what occurred the previous evening, so I'll go through those. I'll also check temporary flight restrictions, so I'll check those and see if there's any in the area that we can't fly into. And then we'll go out and do a pre-flight on the helicopter. We'll walk around, check everything, make sure everything's functioning properly. And sometimes we're up for patrol. Other times when we're here on the ground, we'll respond to an incident. If a vehicle pursuit or a foot pursuit or something goes out, we'll launch for that. If there's a fire in the river bottom, we'll go up and provide air support for the firemen on the ground. Code enforcement uses us for their green pool flights, so we'll go up and we'll look for green pools. We're assisting a lot of different departments. I'm a 4th generation Riverside resident out of 5 generations now. My family has set roots here back in the 1900s, and I've got a connection to Riverside, so family and friends are here, and it's nice to give back to a community that you've been brought up in. So, if I were to describe my job in 2 words, it would be uniquely awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. I get to fly a helicopter and do something that I really enjoy doing, at the same time protecting and serving a community that I grew up in. So.
Los Novillos is a Mexican market located on Main Street, not far from downtown Riverside. The name means young male bull, which is typically used for its high-quality meat. Alberto Murillo is the owner.
Been in the business for years and years, almost 20 years in the city of Riverside. And always, you know, since I started working, I always dreamed like one day I'll have my own business. And since I'm being in Riverside for so many years, I said, well, this is a good opportunity. So I asked a couple friends, you know, like, and my brother, hey, this is the opportunity of our life. Do we take it or not? And they're like, yes, go for it.
The store features a good selection of fruits, vegetables, canned goods, meats, and seafood. There's also several kinds of cheese, salsa, and guacamole. Loyal customers who shop here say it's because of their fresh food and great customer service.
I hike at Mount Rubidoux, and I go here every morning to buy fresh ceviche. It's a great market, and they're just gonna get bigger and better, so come shop here.
Usually I'll come in here to buy lunch, but if I need anything for my house, any supplemental groceries, I come in here and I buy everything. It's fresh.
Alberto says he trains his staff to treat customers like family. Mercedes Duran is one of his cashiers.
Just asking with how are you doing, that makes a really big difference. And just being in a small market, you kind of notice who's who and what are they doing. Sometimes we'll even ask them, like, what are you cooking today? Are you doing spaghetti? Are you doing carne asada? Or, that makes a difference, yeah.
I wanted the people, when they came, I wanted them to feel like welcome, like, oh, this is my house, like this is family. And that's what I wanted to tell all my customers, that they're not just customers, they're guests for me. They're guests, they're my guests, they're my family all the time. When they came, if I know their names, I tell them about their names and everything. I shake hands all day long, and I think they like it.
My name's Lovey Jung, and I work for the City of Riverside Fire Department. I've been here for about 7 years now, and I'm a firefighter paramedic on Engine 1. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be a firefighter, but I ended up getting sidetracked and went and played softball for the Olympic team in 2004 and 2008, and when I retired in 2009, that's when I decided I wanted to switch over to become a firefighter. Usually when I come in, the first thing I do is I check my personal protective equipment, and then I'll also check the medical equipment. Being a paramedic, I have to make sure all my medications are there and that my equipment's working properly, so that when we go on a scene to a medical aid, that everything's in working form and that we're professional on scene. If I were to describe my job in one word, it would be adventurous. Every day is different from day to day, depending on the training or the type of calls that we run. Some days we might go on more DUIs, or some days we might go on more traffic accidents. So every day that I come to work is going to be completely different from the day before and the next day. I get to work with a group of people that I enjoy working with and having that camaraderie that I missed from being an athlete. But now, being a mom, I want to be that role model for my daughter to, show her you can be independent and you can have a job that you want to work in, whether it's a male-dominated career or not. And I want her to understand that as she grows up.
We need to make sure our seniors are safe with consistent, proper nutrition and healthy foods delivered to their homes.
Elderly patients who do not have proper nutrition have a higher risk of irregular heart rhythms and sepsis.
Riverside's Meals on Wheels program can always use your help. If you can volunteer or donate, you can visit our website and get more information how you can participate, and we thank you.
Do you have unneeded prescription medications and don't know what to do with them? CVS Pharmacy and the Riverside Police Department have a safe and secure drop box located inside the Magnolia Police Station. This free and anonymous service keeps dangerous prescriptions out of the hands of children and abusers while protecting the environment through proper disposal. Most over-the-counter and prescription medications are safe to drop off. However, there are some restrictions. Items such as thermometers, inhalers, aerosol cans, ointments, lotions or liquids, and needles and sharps must be disposed of elsewhere. And please, residential clients only. This service is not for businesses to dispose of their medical waste. Help the City of Riverside keep dangerous prescriptions out of the hands of children and abusers by disposing your unneeded drugs in a safe, secure, and environmentally friendly way. You might have noticed new traffic lights popping up around Riverside, and the Public Works Department wants you to see how they work. First of all, you'll notice the new left turn signals consist of 4 lights: a red arrow, a solid yellow arrow, a flashing yellow arrow, and a green arrow. So how does traffic flow work with these new signals? First, we have the left green arrow, which indicates you have permission to turn left, but oncoming traffic must stop. A solid yellow arrow indicates that the light is about to turn red, and you must be prepared to stop, or if you're already in the intersection, complete your turn when safe. A solid red arrow means you must stop. No left-hand turns are allowed. When the signal changes to a flashing yellow arrow, turns are still permitted. However, you must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians before proceeding with your turn. These new signals are being introduced nationwide and represent a safer and more efficient way to handle left-turn traffic at busy intersections. The City of Riverside encourages you to learn more about these new traffic signals. And if you have questions, call 311, Riverside's one-stop shop for answers. The City of Riverside has launched Riverside Alert, a mass notification service that allows emergency crews to alert you in the case of an emergency, potential hazard, or safety concern that may directly affect you. When you sign up, you'll receive a message on the voice or text communication method of your choosing. Here's how it works. Begin by creating an account on riversidealert.com. Once you've entered your information, you'll be listed to receive alerts. All information you provide will be kept strictly confidential. Riverside Alert allows you to confirm that you've received an alert to prevent the same alert from coming through again. You can also choose to receive notifications about events that may affect you or your loved one's workplace, home, school, and more. Go to riversidealert.com and sign up today.
The ones you see on the racks here and stuff are personal, and I take a long time doing that, make sure, there's lathe work and other stuff in there, and it's not just bandsaw cutting out and whatever. These things, it takes 3 or 4 days at a time to make one, and with the train it took probably a week. People say, you can sell these. You go on eBay or whatever and sell them. And no, that'd be like work. I'm retired, When I was in Fleetwood, they had a charity called Rosie's Kids. And they used to do little fundraisers and stuff all year long to get enough money to buy clothing and food and stuff at Christmas time. And so I suggested, well, maybe you could throw a toy in it too, for the kids. One year we ended up with over 600 toys, and we gained somewhere 5,000 or more. I forget exact figure, but we helped a whole bunch of kids, families and stuff. I've been giving out toys for kids and charities and stuff for years, and I know when I was a kid, I had a stick, I grew up in the Depression, so in Brooklyn. And that was tough, and I can remember that, and I didn't have anything, so I want to make sure that almost any kid I see, I give a toy. I do this in sort of on the side to give to kids and see what their reactions are. And I always tell them there's no batteries because they're always playing with the electronics. And tell them that it's going to cost them a smile and a thank you, and I always get it. I just enjoy doing it. I just like to see the kids light up. That's it.
Tucked away in a large warehouse off of Columbia Avenue in Riverside is one of the most unique and highly specialized businesses in all of California. The company designs, modifies, outfits, fabricates, and installs a vast array of custom equipment while turning cars, vans, and trucks into high-tech emergency vehicle. Welcome to West Coast Lights and Sirens.
We've been in business since 2007. We have roughly 35 employees in a 32,000 square foot building.
Danny and I founded West Coast Lights and Sirens in 2007. He had a background in racing, off-road racing, and custom fabrication.
Well, we build cars from San Diego to the Arizona border, into LA, up into Ventura. We have about 80 to 85 different agencies here in Southern California. Most of our builds are those normal patrol cars, but we do get into special builds. We built a special van for crimes against the internet for LAPD. We're going to build another one for the homicide. We build command center units for HEMET. There's a bunch of other things other than just patrol cars that we do here at West Coast Lights and Sirens. The vehicles come in, they're pursuit rated by Ford Motor Company and Chevy, so they have to go through extreme testing for their brakes, acceleration, and things like that before we get them. But when we upfit them with bumpers that'll protect them from intersection crashes, lights that keep the officers safe in intersections, light bars that help them search for things. Each individual city has a different spec or a different configuration that they build their vehicles on for the specifics of their cities. The attention to detail, the quality, the throughput, and the professionalism. We take extreme care and extreme quality so that your vehicles are repeatable. Every one of them is identical so that officers are safe in our vehicles. The biggest challenges we have is these agencies, there's quite a few of them, they need these vehicles in a timely manner. So they're always there's always a great push to get these vehicles built and in service as quick as we can for the local agencies. West Coast Lights and Sirens builds between 25 and 30 vehicles a week, roughly about 100 a month.
The owners also place the success of the business squarely on the shoulders of their dedicated, loyal, and highly trained group of employees.
My employees are the best. We're very happy. They are very appreciated, and I hope we show it.
Our employees are the key to our operation. Me and Patricia own the place, but these gentlemen in this building do the work. They're the ones that should get the credit for the quality that are done. We are just giving them the tools to do their job.
I absolutely love my job. I've been here for 13 years. I've been working with Danny for 13 years. It's like a family, you know, it's private business and everybody's really good. It's like working with a bunch of your friends. A lot of people don't even know that we're located here. When you tell people what you do as far as work goes, I mean, nobody ever thinks of this as a field that people are in. It's kind of, I guess, out of the public eye, kind of goes on behind the scenes.
I would like to say thank you to all our clients. They're wonderful, they're loyal, and they are very open and welcome to come to our facility and tour and review what's going on here.
Profound emotion is also evident while discussing Riverside and the work with clients whose sole mission is to ensure community safety.
I was born and raised in Riverside, and the fact that we get to build our local law enforcement vehicles brings a lot of pride to myself. A lot of the people that we employ here live in Riverside, and these are the very people that keep us safe at night while we're sleeping. It's a wonderful place to live. It's a wonderful place to start a business, and we're very happy to be here. Best part of my job is interacting with the local agencies and actually giving our younger family members places to work in future.
Is that okay?
Here in California, citrus is a part of our lives every day. But what if it all just disappeared? A devastating plant disease called Huanglongbing, or HLB, spread by the Asian citrus psyllid, is fatal for citrus trees, and it might be found in your own backyard. That's why it's important that we all do our part to keep California's citrus safe. Don't let California's citrus disappear. Visit CaliforniaCitrusThreat.org to learn more.
Welcome.
Got junk too big for the trash can? Then call 311 to schedule a bulky item pickup. Riverside residents get 2 free pickups a year, but you gotta follow 3 simple rules. Bulky items must be curbside by 5:30 a.m. the day of your pickup, light enough for 2 people to lift, and the total volume can't be larger than 8 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot. If you got a lot of junk, check out our bulky item and e-waste drop-off events held several times each year. Bulky item pickup. Call us today and we'll haul it away.
Welcome back to Wheelock Stadium. It is homecoming for RCC. They lead 17-14 at the half, but a game effort in the first half by the Vikings of LBCC. Mike Irwin started the game 9 of his first 11. And here's a touchdown pass to Cameron Bosley that makes it 7-0. And he was just red hot coming out of the chute. Nice completion in the middle of the field for Dylan Laurent. Laurent 6 catches in the first half for 74 yards. Here's Giovanni Sanders extending that second drive. They went their first 2 drives, a 65-yard and a 79-yard drive. The first 2 times RCC had the football to take a 14-0 lead against LBCC. Irwin showing some escapability here and gutting the ball to the aforementioned Mr. Laurent, who put the ball down inside the 5-yard line for the Tigers. And then here's Irwin taking it himself to make it a 14-0 lead for RCC. But Long Beach City battled back. They had a nice drive themselves at the end of the first half. It was a 75-yard drive to Lon Patton, gaining some yards on the ground. Patton, the big sophomore from St. Anthony. A Vince Young-like play by Derek West, the quarterback for Long Beach City College, completing the ball down the field to Zion Bowen. And then here's Tyon Harvey. The other quarterback hits Bowen in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. So it's 14-7. RCC comes back, so they get the ball inside the 1-yard line. A penalty pushes them back. They have to settle for a field goal as we're underway here in the second half. And dancing out of bounds on the kickoff return is Zion Bowens. Bowens brings it up to the 25, which is where Long Beach City will start here in the second half. A field goal by Zach Cervellis with 13-17 to go, and then Long Beach City made it 17-14 to 10:02 of the second quarter. First half numbers, 227 yards passing for RCC, but they've been held on the ground. Even matchup, 217 total yards, a little more balance, passing with 2 S's, of course, for Long Beach City. But 2 turnovers for both teams and time of possession. Riverside slightly in front. Riverside City College had the ball for 16:39 compared to 13:21 for Long Beach City College. Here's Patton, option, keeping the ball is West, and West wheels into the front in RCC territory. Check that. That was Tyon Harvey. Harvey knocked out of bounds by Moore for RCC. Brings the ball all the way to the Riverside side of the field at the 43-yard line.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that's breakaway speed right there. He was off to the races.
32-yard pickup for Harvey. Now Harvey's still back behind center. White numbers on white uniforms is tough even when you have the Binocs up here. So we got both Patton and Galloway, the 2 big guys in the backfield. This is Patton surging over the 40 to the 37-yard line, about 5 yards on first down. 2nd and 5 coming up for Long Beach City. And you have to be impressed with how the Vikings have risen to the challenge against the number 1 ranked team, the Tigers of RCC.
Well, they've done it both ways. They've done it through the air and they've done it on the ground, and that's one thing that Riverside hasn't been able to let teams give up. They're definitely giving up the run tonight.
2nd and 5. Here's Harvey. Harvey launching down the field. He got a man. Bowen. Did he catch it? Touchdown, Long Beach City. 3rd touchdown catch for Zion Bowens. Bowens, the playmaker out of Long Beach Poly, Jeff Gorham.
And I'll tell you what, just like that, there is some confidence from this Viking team. Let's see how Riverside can respond to this punch. And that has been exactly what it's been, a punch.
75-yard drive, the 32-yard run by Harvey, and the 37-yard touchdown pass to Zion Bowens. Flores with the PAT, and the Vikings have the lead.
With 13:33 to go into third.
Well, we saw it last week. We saw San Bernardino Valley make a run to come back. Let's see if Riverside can continue to do the same thing. Right now, they're the cardiac kids. Everybody's on the edge of their seats.
Same formula last week for San Bernardino Valley. They scored late in the first half, and they had the first score of the second half. Remember, the defense for RCC held them to a field goal, and after that, the Tigers just took over. They scored the next 27 points. Ended up winning that game 58-37. Keep in mind that RCC banged up a little bit. They're missing a couple of key guys. No Isaiah Powell tonight down the field. Their free safety is out. Top pass rusher Marcus Wilson is out as well. But everybody's got injuries this time of year. You got to have the next man up mentality. And the Tigers have had the next man up mentality. Guys have come in and stepped up for them on defense. But the Vikings making some plays here in the early going. Short kick fielded by Whitener inside the 20. Whitener now weaving up over the 30, dancing to the outside. He's got a lane, cuts back inside. Nice little swim move late. He's bumped out of bounds inside the 40, but a flag comes in on the play. Rolandis Whitener, the freshman out of Arcadia High School.
By number 14, Christian Lima.
Well, special teams tonight has been pretty darn special for the Tigers. They've got great field position nearly every time.
Whitener, just some great speed. Remember, we saw him a couple years ago, Jeff, in a playoff game against Hillcrest. He played for Arcadia. He was actually the number 2 option for Arcadia. They rallied back. They trailed that game 20-0 and won 21-20. So the foul.
Blindside block. Number 42 of the return team.
So a blindside block whistled against RCC. It happened at midfield. It'll be a 15-yard mark-off, and it'll go back to the 35-yard line of RCC. That's the 4th penalty on the Tigers for 50 yards. In the first half, Long Beach City was penalized 8 times for 68 yards, so it wipes away a pretty good return by Rolandis Whitener, and the offense will tee it up for RCC. We'll get our first look at Jacob Barledge. Barledge, the freshman from Valley View High School in Moreno Valley. Into motion is Elijah Bennett. Barledge finds Retzlaff. Retzlaff running a crossing pattern. Retzlaff trying to get to the outside, but he'll lose yardage. And that's one thing that Long Beach City has. They have the speed to match on the outside with Riverside City College. I don't think many teams in Southern California have the combination of speed and skill at the defensive back positions that Long Beach City does, Jeff.
Yeah, and it's very evident right there because Retzlaff couldn't get outside. He is driven back by that tough linebacking core.
Dallas Branch all over the field. Here's the give. Up to the 40-yard line. It'll be about a 6-yard pickup. That was Elijah Bennett on the run.
Elijah Bennett.
So 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 4 from the 40.
3rd and 5 for the Tigers.
Clock moving. 21-17. Long Beach leading Riverside in the second half. A bit of a surprise here. Barledge again to Retzlaff. Complete to the 40-yard line. Not much run and catch. And that's obviously an adjustment the defense made. Remember, Retzlaff made the play in the first half where he caught the ball at the 30 and was able to get the first down to the 39.
And they're definitely funneling him outside because he does not have that breakaway speed. He's got great hands, but they've definitely eliminated that opportunity for Retzloff.
And the defense holds again for the Vikings. A punt situation for RCC. Carson Reed will kick it away. And that man, Zion Bowens, standing at the Long Beach 18 to receive the kick. Long, high kick inside the 10. And he'll get stopped right there. Looked like Dylan Laurent was the first guy to him. 90 yards to traverse for Long Beach City. So Long Beach City, Jeff, with the lead. But if you're RCC, you can get points out of this. You pin them deep, you stop them. You might put yourself in good field position here.
And we have yet to see Barlage really connect. Yeah, last week he was really the key factor in that victory over the Wolverines.
I mean, nice adjustment by the defense for Long Beach City. Remember, Irwin starts off 9 of 11, ends the first half 21 of 33. So 12 of his last 21 passing the football. Patton on the fake, and it was Harvey kept it. Harvey got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe to the 11. So the quarterback platoon working for Brett Peabody. He's got Tyon Harvey splitting time with Derek West. West, a freshman from Highland in the Palmdale area. Harvey from right in Long Beach's backyard. Essentially, he's from Morningside High in Inglewood. This is West behind center. 2nd and 9 from the 11-yard line of the Vikings. West looking to throw. He'll step up. He'll sling it ahead. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Julian Woodard. 3rd down.
A little Kent Colby sidearm.
Got the Kent Colby call in there. Okay. We Are Family, the closer for the 79 world champion. Pittsburgh Pirates rally back from 3 games to 1 down to the Baltimore Orioles. This is West at quarterback. 3rd and 9, line is the 11 for Long Beach City. Woodard in the near slot. Handoff and a 1st down. That was Patton again. And remember, they found a little bit of a formula, did San Bernardino Valley last week. They were able to run the football, particularly in the second half. Ultimately, it didn't do much good because RCC's offense figured it out and just got on a roll in the second half. But Patton moving the sticks. 1st and 10, ball to the 28.
Well, I've been impressed with Patton all game here tonight. He has been a power back.
Had 39 yards in the first half. This is Harvey. Harvey taking it himself. Quarterback keeper into Tigers territory. A flag comes in the defensive backfield.
The penalty flag on the play.
So Long Beach tagged for 8 penalties in the first half. And this is going to come back.
Holding offense, number 2. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That was a late flag. I saw the hold, but he waited till after the play was over before he threw it. But yeah, good call nonetheless.
They catch Taj right, so the ball will move up to the 30. It'll still be a line to get is the 38, so call it 2nd and 8. Give up the middle. RCC saying the ball came loose. Officials trying to figure out what's going on. They're going to unstack the pile. Get another look at it.
Yeah, it definitely was loose.
They handed it off to Bowens, and the ball came out. So Long Beach City will retain possession. Ball needs to get to the 40 from the 34, so let's say 3rd and a long 6. The Vikings of Long Beach City have been up to the challenge. Riverside jumped out to a 14-0 lead since the first quarter. They have just a field goal on the scoreboard. Good job by the defense of the Vikings of Long Beach City. Steve Rudaflores' unit. Confusion on the field. A little
something to do with the chain gang over there.
Taj Wright split out to the near side. On the near slot is Julian Woodard.
Second and 4, correction.
If you're looking for Bowens, he's in the far slot. So West back at quarterback for Long Beach City. West, throw it down the field for Woodard. Woodard extends and reels it in. They'll mark Woodard down at the 30-yard line. 37-yard pickup for Long Beach City. West just dropped it in the breadbasket. Straight go route. Puts a little air underneath it. And Woodard, as the route indicates, goes and gets it. First down, Long Beach City. Taj Wright to the bottom of the screen. Full house backfield. Patton, how do you do? Lay Mounga, the freshman from Vista Murrieta, greets him pretty rudely in the backfield.
That sure was quick. Wow.
Remember Mounga, we compared him last week to Sua Cravens. That was a very Sua Cravens-like play. He was there almost as soon as Patton grabbed the football. 2nd and 12, push back to the 30 are the Vikings. Rolling right is Harvey, and Kobe Fitzgerald, he escapes from him, but he won't escape the second effort to the 35-yard line. That's Zachariah Holyfield. So the loss to the 35-yard line.
Kobe Fitzgerald.
So here's Hervey. Here's Holyfield. Now Fitzgerald had the first shot, and then Holyfield is not going to be denied as he gets to him from behind, just tracking him down. 3rd and 15, line is the 35. West back at quarterback for Long Beach City. Throwing the ball down the field, it's complete inside the 30. Reyes with the coverage, Woodard with the reception. So Woodard picks up about 6 yards. It'll be 4th and 9.
And clock is ticking.
Under 7 minutes to play third quarter. Long Beach City in the lead. Can they knock off the #1 team, the Tigers of RCC? Saeed Galloway, the freshman from North Torrance High. Don't want to shortchange Todd Croce, the fine head coach there of the Saxons. 4th and 9. The lefty flings it into the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Ray Estes in coverage again. Ball over on downs to the Tigers. RCC dodged a bullet there. 2 long plays, had the ball at the 30-yard line for the Vikings, and this time it's the Tigers defense, Jeff, that stands up.
Yeah, finally, that secondary was tested, and right there it came through. Let's see if the Tigers can respond, because it has been all Vikings the last quarter and a half here.
6:32 to play in the third quarter. It's a Long Beach City lead. Barlich turns and gives to Bennett. Plows forward. 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up. Elijah Bennett, the tailback. Actually, instead, that was Thomas Kinslow. Caleb Hervey jogs off the field, and Dylan Laurent replaces him for RCC. They marked it officially at the 32, so call it 2nd and 7. The Barlich to throw, over the middle, complete to Leaf. Immediately going to be tackled. Malik Welch there, along with Nick Delgadillo, the freshman from Garfield High School. LA kid. Had a big year last year.
Brings up a 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4. Barledge over the middle. 1st down to Leith. Leith will cross over midfield. Tackle made on the play by Justin Bailey, the freshman from Long Beach Millikan. Tigers to the 49 of Long Beach City College, and Jacob Barledge just going through his progressions, stepping in and throwing the football. Here's the give to Kinslow. Kinslow had a 56-yard run last week, powers up to the 40-yard line, very close to a 1st down. Kinslow, the freshman from Centennial.
So good balance of power and finesse in the air right now on this drive as Riverside's really playing a hustle-up offense.
Play action, Barledge to throw, through Kinslow's hands. Kinslow was the safety valve. He had pressure coming in from behind.
Bring up a 3rd and 1.
Noah Baez, the sophomore out of Serra, was bearing down on Barledge. He had to release the football. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up. A little bit too hot perhaps for Kinslow in the backfield. So there's Leith moving Laurent, split out to the near side. Kinslow runs. I don't think he got it. I think he stopped at the 40. He ran right into DeAnthony Jones, and they will mark him about a yard short of the 1st down. Under 5 minutes to play 3rd quarter. The defense for the Vikings have been up to the task tonight against this powerful Tigers offense. So Leith to the near side. Near slot is Giovanni Sanders. Laurent in the far slot. Down the field for Dylan Laurent, overthrown. Ball goes over to Long Beach City on downs.
So that is twice that Coach Kraft has elected to go for the deep threat. And it's turned over both times, 2 in a row. Great defense by the Vikings.
It was there.
Yeah.
The play was there. Laurent's had a good evening tonight. Another look at it.
Just overthrown.
Jacob Barledge has time. Throws it down the field. Laurent running one-on-one with Destin Hall. And Long Beach City back out on the field. Last score for RCC, Jeff, came on a field goal with 13-17 of the 2nd quarter. Harvey at quarterback gives to Patton on the misdirection. Patton hit the line of scrimmage. He'll be bounced back.
Maybe for a yard gain on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 9.
Looks like Alex Navarro Silva and Kue Olatoa combined on the hit, so maybe a yard on the play. Keep in mind the Tigers playing without Marcus Wilson, 6'5" sophomore, 250-pound defensive end out of Chaparral tonight. Also missing Kylan Ross, one of their rotating players in the secondary, and also missing free safety Isa Pau. 2nd and 9 from the 41. Option. Here's Harvey. Harvey gets to the outside. 1st down, crosses into Riverside City territory. Bumped out at the 44. So about a 15-yard run on the play. And this platoon of quarterbacks is really doing the job for Long Beach City, Jeff.
It really is. And it's given them 2 looks. Both very athletic quarterbacks, but one very much great option pass or option quarterback. The other a little more of a passer, but they're getting gains over the line of the Tigers here.
He really bluffed Masivi on that last play. 1st and 10 from the RCC 44. Harvey tries to run, nothing doing there. Bearing down on him was big A.J. Talafa'u.
And the hold on for Riverside. Loss of 2 on the play, no gain on the play.
So he's back to the 46-yard line of RCC. Loss for the Vikings. So the defensive line, it's been next man up. We mentioned Marcus Wilson is missing, but the guys who've been in there have really stepped up for RCC. Big night tonight for Karo Koshkaran. He had a couple of tackles in the first half. Clock moving towards 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Now Derek West back in at quarterback, and the clock will now stop. A timeout is going to be asked for. So Long Beach City with the lead, 21-17 here. And remember, they didn't even get to play last week. They won, but it was a forfeit because the opponent could not field the team due to injuries and whatnot. And the Vikings, we see in the state poll, they're 16th. This is the coaches poll. RCC not only won in number 1 in the coaches poll, they're number 1 in the divisional poll, in the SID poll, and JC Gridiron has them number 1 in the nation.
So they're number 1 all around.
Undisputed.
That's true. But there might be a poll like the Dairy Queen poll that they some little minor group might have chose someone else. But yes, undisputed.
Well, in the 4 polls that are published, I mean, man,
big one.
That's pretty impressive. It's hard to get a consensus, especially in sports.
I have my own poll. I have number 1.
Derek West back at quarterback, 2nd and 11. Line is the 46. Movement up front. Let's see if they were drawn.
Offside. Defense, number 96, with contact.
So they get Talafa'u, who had 6 tackles last week, the freshman from Tafuna, Samoa. You're old enough to remember the old Shrine game they used to have when California used to play with Texas. I think they stopped it right around 2000, 2001. From the 49, Long Beach City, 2nd and 7. Derek West gives to Patton. Patton gets through the first tackle, but he won't get through the second. He's pushed back. Big surge led in the middle for RCC. Zechariah Holyfield had his nose around the football. So the ball back to the 43-yard line of Riverside City College. I used to love watching that game because, you know, the Samoan guys would come and they would do their little haka dance when they're being introduced. And the Texas guys, man, you could tell they were a little intimidated.
Of course, because they were going to eat them and beat them up and then win and take the trophy.
West calling signals and a whistle. Flag comes in on the play.
I had a chance when I was playing overseas in New Zealand to get to befriend some of the Maoris.
Right.
And
well, that's what I'm saying is that some of those the Polynesian and the Samoan chants are rooted in the Maori haka.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, I would go watch the All Blacks, the greatest rugby team in the world, and it was scary before the games. And my buddies would tell me, watch this, and I would say, I don't want to. It's scary.
3rd and 15 for Long Beach City to the 48-yard line of RCC. Derek West in at quarterback. 3 receivers on the far side. West to throw. Toe tap, looking over the middle, incomplete. Good defense on the play by Ray Estes. Estes matched up in coverage with Julian Woodard. If you watch the HBO show Real Sport, there's a great feature on this month's edition. They go to New Zealand and they do a feature on one of the All Blacks in relation to the Christchurch shootings.
Christchurch, one of the most beautiful towns I've ever been. I got really sick in Christchurch. Somebody bet me $20 if I get on one of those human gyroscopes. Remember those things you stand there?
Yeah.
And little did I know that they told the guy who was operating the human gyroscope, hey, keep him on an extra couple minutes. So not only did I not feel well, I was near the ocean. I ran out and said hello to a couple penguins and fed some fish.
There is a correction on the down. It's 3rd down. There was a defense offside, which resulted in a 1st down, which then amounted to a reset. So now we have 3rd down.
The official informing us it is 3rd down. That's what we had up here anyway.
Our Riverside TV guys are always on it.
From the 48. West needs to scramble. West trying to get to the stick. Can Fitzgerald beat him there? He'll be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him out at the 45-yard line. Sorry, the 35. He needed to get to the 33. So 4th down and a long 2.
Brings up a 4th and 4 for the Vikings.
Well, it's 2.5 because they marked at the 35, and the stick, as you can see, is just inside the 32. No, it's at 31. So, yeah. So it is 4th and 4. West for the Vikings. He's going to look down the field. Got a man. Complete. Woodard in. Touchdown. Julian Woodard, first to make the catch, then to get to the pylon. Ray Estes even has to acknowledge, hey, nice play, young fella.
I'll tell you what, he was pretty good in the first half. In fact, that first quarter made a couple big plays, but wow. What a big-time play by a big-time player under a lot of pressure.
Woodard and Bowens have really been big tonight for Long Beach City College, and Brett Peabody very confident in his outside guys, and we understand why. They've done a great job defensively, but both Bowens and Woodard now have made some big plays on the offense for Long Beach City College. And this is a bit of a shocker now. Still plenty of time to go, but now Riverside has allowed 3 straight scores. They were up in this game 17-7. The last 3 touchdowns have been from Long Beach City College. A big part of that, I believe, has been the quarterback platoon of Tyon Harvey and Derek West. I believe that's kind of taken RCC's defense a little bit off balance.
It really has, and I'll tell you what, that secondary of RCC has been put to the test on big plays throughout the night. They've got to get in front of that football. They've got to be alert because you knew where it was going once he rolled out.
And what Harvey does when he's in there, he kind of keeps the front 7 alert. So when this Tiger front 7 can just pin their ears back and come at the quarterback, it's just really hard to sustain against them. But you throw a little wrinkle into it with a running quarterback, they have to be a little bit more on alert. So the lead is now 11 for the Vikings, and RCC needs a drive here as Whitner will bring it from the 6. Rolandis Whitner dives forward to the 29. And that's where RCC will begin the drive here as the 3rd quarter begins to dwindle away. So a flag coming in late, a little extracurricular activity. So the end of the first half, Jeff, the numbers by comparison, RCC had 229 yards of offense, and Long Beach City had 217 thus far in the second half. Long Beach City has 205 yards of offense. Riverside has 40.
Oh, that sounds incorrect, but I would be wrong. That is, they have dominated.
So this flag is on Long Beach City. So the ball will move out to the 45-yard line of RCC. For the second straight week, the Tigers allow more than 100 yards on the ground. Patton with 57, West with 46, Harvey with 53, so nearly 200 yards on the ground for Long Beach City College. They've run for 170 yards. Here's the run. Elijah Bennett goes to the outside. He's taken down there by Nick Degadillo. Yeah, actually, the tackle, DeAnthony Jones, tripped him up, and he got a couple of yards on the play. From the 47, it's 2nd and 8. That's Sanders moving up into the slot. Play action. Here comes pressure. Dumping it off to Kinslow. Catches it on the carom. And down he goes. Instead, that's not Kinslow. That was Bennett with the reception. Tackled by Malik Welch, the sophomore from North Torrance High School. Another guy who played high school ball for Todd Croce and the Saxons. So there's the carom. That's dangerous. It could be picked off. Bennett trying to make something out of nothing. And he goes down at the 44-yard line. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. So a 3rd and long situation coming up for RCC as we go to the 4th quarter. And the score here, Jeff, a bit of a shocker with Long Beach City up 28-17 over RCC.
Yeah, and the toughest thing is the big number, I should say, is the little number. 17 points by this, great offense. 2 touchdowns on the first 2 series, and it has been basically nothing since. A field goal, but they have come up empty-handed. Long Beach has been great.
Got to give credit to Steve Rudaflores, the defensive coordinator of Long Beach City, and Brett Peabody, their head coach. Let's toss it down to Brian Wilson between quarters. He's on the sideline for us. Brian, what do you got?
Hey guys, a little bit of surprise here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Figured that Riverside was about ready to turn it on, but they just haven't been able to get anything going offensively. But Riverside's an explosive offense. Can't help but think that the other shoe's going to drop soon. Back to you guys.
And the question really is what's going on? Part of the reason they've struggled is Long Beach City has been able to get pressure with the four-man rush, and they have the speed in the secondary to keep up with RCC. Usually when the protection is good for RCC, they need to bring 5, 6, 7 guys, and then you got 4 guys in one-on-one coverage. Somebody's going to break open. 3rd and 11 coming up, but I believe Brian is right. This team can explode at any time. Barlage, now they'll bring some blitzers here. He's got a man down the field, and Sanders goes up and gets it at the 15-yard line. So a 41-yard completion just like that. Just as Brian Wilson said, this offense can turn it on. Jacob Barlage throws a dime to Giovanni Sanders. Let's get another look, Jeff.
Yeah, Jacob Barlage, just a perfect thread in the needle right over the top. Great play by the true freshman out of Valley View High School.
At the 16, 1st and 10. Good throw by Barlage to start the 4th quarter. Pump fake, he'll go to the corner. One-on-one, interception is dropped. He was looking for Ty Kennedy. Dallas Branch, the freshman out of Salesian High in Los Angeles, nearly came up with a big play for Long Beach City College. Turning, got 2 hands on it. Kennedy kind of lost his footing as he went in there, but a good play by Branch. 2nd and 10, line is the 16 for RCC. Barlage looking left. Over the middle. Touchdown, Dylan Laurent. Looked off the defense with his eyes and then found Laurent crossing in front of the goalpost. Laurent had a big first half, had been silent here in the second half, Jeff, but he comes up with a big play when the Tigers need it here in the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you what, they've ran some great routes, and they've really said, hey, we're going to attack their secondary. Bartlett's just gone deep twice, and both times they've been great passes. Nearly intercepted on that errant pass to the left side of the end zone, but man, Barlage threading the needle again.
And watch him look off the defender. He looks to the this is a drive. There's the catch here by Bennett. And here's the first throw, I believe, down the field where he finds Giovanni Sanders. And again, when you have playmakers, it's just a matter of time. That was on a blitz. So he found the open man on the blitz, and he looks off the defender to the left, throws it over the middle. Laurent there. They had Ty Kennedy on the left side. Everybody was sniffing after Ty Kennedy, and the ball went to Laurent over the middle for the touchdown. Dylan Laurent now with 7 receptions, 108 yards, and a touchdown. Barlage, since coming into the game, Jeff, 7 for 11, 73 yards and the touchdown, but he had the 2 big completions on that drive.
Huge completions, and that could be a backbreaker if you are Long Beach. Played great defense and given up 2 big-time plays.
From the 10-yard line, this is Bowens striding over the 30. He is stopped over the 30-yard line, and that's where Long Beach City will tee it up. Nathan Bolton with the tackle for RCC, and it's up to the Tiger defense.
Let's see if they can stop these 2 quarterbacks that have been electric tonight for the Vikings.
Let's see what James Cook, the defensive coordinator for RCC, can dial up in the bit of a chess match with Steve Rudaflores, who's done a nice job against the Tiger offense. Plenty of time, 14-12 to play in this one. Thanks for joining us. Ghazal Hassan with you, along with Jeff Gorham, Brian Wilson on the sideline, our entire award-winning Riverside TV crew here at Wheelock Stadium. It is homecoming here at RCC. And a very special homecoming for our producer, Scott Brocious, who himself is an RCC alum. So welcome back, Scott. Hope somebody bought you a cake or a steak or something.
Buy him something. Give him a
t-shirt.
You're
an RCC guy too, right?
I was here for a year.
Okay. You play basketball here?
I did. I played for the great Bob Sherman, the late great Bob Shermorn, who was in the Community College Hall of Fame. I came back and coached under him. Coached for Bob Russo. A great school here, Riverside City College. It's changed the name a couple times since then. It was Riverside City College when I started. Then it was Riverside Community College. Now it's back to Riverside City College.
I like RCC because it's downtown Riverside. It's the essence of the city. Long Beach City will start with the ball from the Vikings 32. Derek West is taking the snaps. Trips to the near side. Jonathan Watson is closest to us on the bottom of your screen. That's Bowens in motion. Keeping it is West. West maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Holifield's nose around the football as he gets up from the pile. Also getting up from the bottom of the pile, A.J. Talafa'u, the freshman from Samoa. So maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 33. Zechariah Dolphin split out to the near side for Long Beach City. Haven't seen much of him. Woodard to the top of your screen. Bowen in the near slot. 2nd down, West to throw. West to the outside. Complete at the 45-yard line, right in the seam. Nice catch by Taj Wright. His first reception tonight. Wright, the freshman from Ridgeview High School in Bakersfield. Sticks move up. 1st down over the 45 to the 47.
What a tough pass. I didn't even see he had room to throw it.
That's Patton again into RCC territory, about 5 yards on the play. Don't want to forget to thank Nick Rice. We have 2 Nick Rices. I think they're both RCC alums.
We do.
We have engineer Nick Rice, and then we have Nick Rice, who does some work with you on RCC as well as on high school football. He's the audio voice of RCC. He does their road games on the audio site. 2nd and 6 from the 47. And this is West. Bowen in the near slot. Split out to the near side is Dolphin. Here's the give to Patton, trying to get outside. He'll get slowed up and maybe get 2 on the play. Slowing him up on the outside was Elton Adigwu. Clock continues to turn. 3rd down coming up. Here's a big play for RCC. Would be a big stop for the Tigers on 3rd and 3. West at quarterback, trips to the far side. Woodard and Bowen are both on the far side. Taj Wright, the receiver for the Vikings, to the near side. At the extreme top of your screen is Zechariah Wilson. He's the freshman from Wilson High School in Long Beach. Let's see if they bring heat. Here comes the blitz. Long pass down the left side. Estes in coverage, and out of bounds goes Woodard. There was a little bit of jostling in there, but good clean play down the field, and 4th down.
Yeah, great defensive call there, showing blitz. Great arm strength, though, from the quarterback. Throwing off his opposite leg, threw it quite a ways.
West, coming into the game, had completed 51% of his passes for 318 yards. He has 165 yards through the air and a couple of touchdowns here tonight. The Vikings against Mount Sac had 244 yards. They rolled up 611 yards against Grossmont in their opening win. Last year, 26.5 points a game, nearly 400 yards, 388 yards plus. And they split about 54-46 in terms of run pass. This year, in the 2 games they've played, averaging 37.5 points a game and nearly 428 yards, most of those on the ground. They averaged 240 yards on the ground coming in. They're close to 200 tonight, but still 11 minutes plus to play, and Riverside City will get the ball back. Number 1 team in California, number 1 team in the country. Here's the punt off Lemieux's foot, caught at the 10-yard line. And Dorso spun down over the 15, will be marked at the 18. So here we go. So Mike Irwin played the entire first half for RCC. Jacob Barlage, the freshman out of Valley View, has gotten the assignment here in the second half, and an opportunity here for Barlage to give RCC the lead. 28-24, a bit of a surprise. The Vikings are ranked, and this has been kind of a rivalry, but even Brett Peabody told me, you know what, these guys have pretty much gotten the best of us the last few years. That's Jamon McGlory going into motion for RCC. Quick throw complete to Laurent at the 20. Laurent will go up to about the 23-yard line, and he'll be taken down at the 23-yard line by Dallas Branch. So give him the 24. 2nd and 4 for RCC. They trail by 4 points in the fourth quarter. It's been a good one tonight. Jamon McGlory, the kid from Arlington, will traverse over the 25 to the 26. Couple yards on the play, 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, good to see McGlory in the ball game. One of yours and my favorites over the years, watching him over at Arlington High School under Coach Rich Lunsford.
Player down on the field is D'Anthony Jones for Long Beach City College. Yeah, interesting senior year for Jamon McGlory. Remember, Arlington, they had a great year. They ended up winning 8 games that year, but they ran that single wing where they did a lot of unbalanced line, and he was really the offense. It was Jamon McGlory right, Jamon McGlory left. And I remember he would kind of kneel down in between plays, and I asked Coach Lunsford, do you mind that? He's like, well, he's toting the ball 35 times a game, so if he can catch a rest, I'm fine with him catching a rest. You know, sometimes coaches don't like that in terms of body language, but he's like, no, he's being smart. He's a smart kid. He knows he needs to preserve his body. Line is the 26, 3rd and 2. That's McGlory in motion. Barlage to throw, 4-man rush. Complete to Laurent, 1st down and more. He escapes and gets up to the 35-yard line. Finally brought down on the play by Destin Hall, the sophomore out of Lawndale. So call it the 34. It's a 1st down either way. Laurent with his 10th reception on the evening. Instead, his 9th. I'm sorry, his 9th reception on the evening. One more will make it 10. From the 34, 1st and 10 RCC. Here's the give to McGlory. Bounces off the first contact, up over the right side, and gets over the 40-yard line. So a good 6-yard pickup by Jamon McGlory.
And you look at him and you don't think he's formidable, but his strength we've seen, he is a power back. Tough to bring down. He just moves those feet so well, churns in the
2nd and 4 from the 40. Complete on the seam route. Sanders still on his feet. Spins into Long Beach City territory over the 45. So Sanders picks up about 16 on the play to the 44 of Long Beach City. And the offense humming. Adjustment made on the RCC side. So 1st and 10 from the Long Beach 44. Barlage gives to McGlory. McGlory still fighting. Straight ahead to the 41, 3 yards on 1st down. And it's those big boys up front getting the extra push, particularly on the interior of that line. Remember, a little bit of a substitution for RCC. Theo Bullard at center instead of Ryan Suliafa'u, but the 2 guards, Donnie Long and Cole Sane, getting a really good push in the middle on that play. So they gave him 2. Call it 2nd and 8 from the 42. Barlage to the outside. Incomplete. Third down coming up. Giovanni Sanders, the intended receiver for RCC.
Yeah, big down here.
3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
Now here's the question. 8.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. If you don't make it here, do you punt? Carson Reed, remember, has been a weapon for them.
Yeah, I mean, I would pin them back in that deep spot and hung your hat on that great defensive stop last series to see if he can do it again.
Retzlaff to the top of the screen. The throw, though, to the man in the slot is Sanders. Sanders trying to make yards after the catch. He'll be close. I don't think he quite got to the sticks. Good job by Sanders, taking about a 3-yard hitch and getting up near the first down marker. So a big decision coming up for Tom Kraft and his staff. Barledge with the throw, get another look at it. Throw to the outside. Spins away from the first tackler and then goes down. Offense is staying out on the field. From the spot, though, it looks like they could be close. The spot is almost right on the marker. Of course, both Christian Connolly, Kevin Brown, part of that offensive line for RCC. Get another look at it. So tackle finally made on the play by Justin Bailey. He extends the ball, and on that angle, it looks like he should have it from where he extended the football, but the spot wasn't as generous. What a heady play there by Sanders. He knew exactly where it needed to go, Jeff.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, takes it and gets it out of bounds. Let's see if they give it to him.
They did not. They're going to say it's 4th and inches. So what do you do here? Just run it behind the big guy in the middle.
You got to. You have to.
You have Barledge get behind center. Just go behind Theo Bullard. The middle of the line has been getting surge on this drive.
Or jump in the pocket of Kevin Brown.
By about 3 chain lengths. It's not a first down. Still a great effort by Giovanni Sanders. Sanders last week against San Bernardino Valley had 5 catches for 166 yards. He's got a couple of catches on this drive to bring his total tonight to 7. Nice homecoming crowd here just below our press box. The 1989 national champion decal right there. 30 years. They were national champions 30 years ago. And right now they're the #1 team in the nation, but Long Beach City is threatening that standing. And at this point, I think they just go for it.
Yes, you do.
So ball spotted at the 39. They literally need about 4 inches. And they're going to go from the shotgun. So the officials pointing something out to the Tigers. So here comes Barledge. Surging forward. And Barledge has it to about the 31-yard line. Emphatically, Theo Bullard signals first down, Tigers.
A great play by Barledge, walking up under center as they go back to the hurry up here.
31, Jones jumps, free play, but whistles will kill the play. He was looking for Kennedy, was Jacob Barledge.
Offside, defense number 4, unabated to the quarterback, 5-yard penalty.
Well, the Anthony Jones has played really well for Long Beach City. He played back in 2017, had 15 tackles for the Vikings, including 4 sacks, only played in 1 game last year due to an injury. And he's back for Brett Peabody here in 2019. So now call it 1st and 5 from the 26. Looking for Kennedy, low throw. They'll say it's a catch to the 20-yard line. So a first down. Clock moving. Tigers in the red zone. So McGlory, the tailback. Sanders in the far slot, split out to the far side. Retzlaff, Laurent, and Kennedy, your receivers to the near side. Laurent in the slot Kennedy split out. Barlage gives to McGlory. McGlory just right up the middle of the defense and is wrestled down after about a 4-yard gain. Divine Obashir with the tackle. Obashir is an interesting case. He's at a Westchester high school. He's a Westchester Comet. Had 9 tackles against Mount Sac a couple weeks ago. Last year as a freshman, 46 tackles and 6 sacks.
That's a pretty darn good year.
6'4", 285-pound guy in the middle of that defense. So they gave him 4 officially. 2nd and 6 from the 16. Sanders and Retzlaff to the far side. He'll look for Sanders crossing over. Incomplete coverage from Destin Hall, the sophomore from Lawndale. I always like to bring up Westchester High. It's the alma mater of my guy, Alan Zinsmeister. He's a Westchester Comet.
One of my guys, Zan Mason. I don't know if you remember Zan Mason.
I do.
Yeah, there's another Westchester guy.
Right there on Manchester Boulevard, right?
Yeah.
Right by the airport. LAX. 3rd and 6. Barlage steps up, throws to the end zone. A little bit high for Retzlaff, incomplete. Malik Welch, the sophomore out of North Torrance, there on the coverage. So now 4th and 6. So what do you do here, Jeff? 6:29 to play. Do you put the points on the board?
You and I have always talked, you always get the points on the board. You got to rely on your defense.
Well, and Tom Kraft is going for the points. Zach Servillis on the field. He was 1 for 2 last year. And that one misses. So the field goal falls short. The Vikings defense holds. And now it becomes a game, one more possession. RCC needs a possession to go ahead in this one.
At the 20-yard line.
And if you're Long Beach, really you just got to chew up some clock, make a couple big plays. If you don't score, you pit RCC back in their part of the field, make them traverse from deep territory.
Well, here you go. And now it's the job of the defense for RCC to get the Vikings off the field. Keep in mind they're missing a couple of starters today. West to Bowen. This is Zion Bowen. He's had a big game, but he'll be tackled after about a 3-yard pickup on the play. That man, Karo Koshkaran, the defensive lineman, makes the play for RCC. Another look at it. Gets to the outside, and Koshkaran there stringing the play out. He's a freshman out of Burbank. So a 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7. Here comes the pressure. Deflected right back to West. West catches the ball after it's batted back. And maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That's a weird looking play.
That was definitely weird. I said, is he going to throw it again? He had an opportunity. He could have. Let's see here. It was tipped right back into his hands.
I believe it was Alex Navarro Silva was the one who deflected it. So they're going to mark it to the 20. They're going to say it's a loss. 1st down up to the 30-yard line for Long Beach City. Big 3rd down play for the defense. Can they get the Vikings off the field? They trail by 4. Time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Nickel package in for RCC and James Cook. West to throw over the middle. It's complete to Bowen. But right there to make the play is Tyler Kinslow for RCC. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, Riverside's going to get an opportunity here. And probably with pretty good field position to boot.
But the Vikings defense has been up to the task tonight. So the ball spotted at the 25. Dorso will return the kick for RCC's standing at the Tigers' 37. So officially the line of scrimmage is the 26. Lemieux on to punt. High punt, a little bit short, but it'll take back to the 32-yard line. Dorso up the sideline around the 40. They're going to mark him out of bounds right at the 40-yard line, and there's a Viking down on the field. So 60 yards to go for RCC with 4:23 to play here in the fourth quarter. I want to thank our fine crew. Again, Scott Broch, as I mentioned, he's an RCC guy. They look at the injured Viking on the field. Carrie in the booth doing the graphics. Ross, Doug, Brad, Jason, Nick, of course. I'm not mention Nick Rice.
I don't know about that Doug guy, though.
You don't?
I don't know about him.
Okay. I always thought he's a nice guy. He seemed like a really nice guy.
He's okay.
But you're right. He's a little too nice. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Something about him. He's one of those guys that's way too nice.
You always think he's got an agenda then, huh?
I don't know what it is. He's always, and he works every one of these games. We cover it all. He is there.
Jared Troutman is the player down for Long Beach City. He's a Mayfair High School product out of Lakewood. I love Mayfair High because they have the coolest nickname, one of the coolest nicknames in Southern California.
What is their nickname?
The Monsoons.
That's a great one.
Isn't it?
That is a good one.
Looks like the knee, they're working on the knee, so it's painful, but hope not too serious. I mean, he's clearly conscious. Had that situation last year with San Bernardino as well. 4:23 to play in the fourth quarter, 28-24. The visitors on top, and that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, on the road here in Hamburg.
So here comes the replay. And the kickoff, or excuse me, the punt, and then that's where Troutman goes down at about the 38-yard line. So he's getting help, but he seems to be okay going off the field. That left leg is not able to put any weight on it, and they'll work on him on the sideline. Tigers football, 1st and 10. Line is the 40, 4:23 to play. It's go time. Kennedy split to the near side. McGlory instead. That's not McGlory in the backfield. That's Cameron Bosley. Bosley into motion, empty set. Four-man rush. Bartlett's throwing middle of the field, complete to Sanders. Absorbs the hit, ping-pongs off of it, lunges forward to the 39-yard line of Long Beach City. 21-yard completion, and RCC's in business.
Yeah, good, great pass. Not too high, just perfectly there on the numbers.
Bartlett's now 13 of 20 for 137 yards. 1st and 10 from the 40. Bosley again in motion, another empty set, four-man rush. Bartlett's middle of the field, complete to Dylan Laurent. Laurent trying to make something happen, but goes down at the 34-yard line, so a modest 6-yard gain. Laurent now with 10 catches on the evening for 128 yards and a touchdown. So Bartlett's running this offense with the 2 for 2 on the drive. He's now 14 of 21 through the air for 143 yards. Bartlett's last week, 12 of 15, 239 and 3 touchdowns. Very efficient passer. 2nd and 3. That's Laurent up into the slot. Here's the give. Right up the middle is Bosley. Bounces off a couple of hits and gets to the 25. 8-yard pickup, first down.
And Cameron Bosley was very, very effective in that first couple drives for the Tigers. We hadn't seen much of him coming in strong here in the fourth.
Played his high school ball in Kylene, Texas at Schumacher High School. Clock turning to 3 minutes. Throw to the outside. Karam up in the air. It's going to be intercepted. Off of Tyler Kennedy. The Karam recovered by Mark Gibson, the freshman out of Narbonne. So Gibson, Johnny on the spot. Bartlett peppers it to the outside. Kennedy goes to leap, kind of catches him in between, hit him on the helmet, Karam'd up in the air, and going to get it is Gibson. It'll be Vikings football. So 2:56 to play. 3 timeouts left for RCC. Does the defense have one last stand in them, Jeff Gorham?
I don't know. I'll tell you, the ground game we've seen at times tonight from the Vikings has been pivotal. They've eaten clock. They've eaten real estate. Let's see if Riverside can stop them. Riverside, the Luck has 3 timeouts left, though, which could be great in this situation.
177 yards on the ground and 34 carries for the Vikings. You'd have to think they'll keep it on the ground here. Indeed, they will. Patton runs right into some interference, knocked down maybe a yard on the play. Clock continues to move. Talon Patton, before that carry, had 63 yards on 16 carries, 63 hard-fought yards. You know, Patton's a big dude. St. Anthony's High School in Long Beach, 6'2", 250. Led them to their first CIF title in 68 years back in 2016. Second down. This is Galloway. Saeed Galloway trying to get the outside. And Galloway just ahead of the 10-yard line will get about 2. Kobe Fitzgerald was the first man to him, and a timeout called by RCC. So Galloway, another big boy, 6 foot 230, coming into the ballgame, had 15 carries for 108 yards. Galloway tonight, just his, I think he's had a couple of carries. I don't see his number on the ledger, but he had a couple carries today, and a timeout called by RCC. So 2:07 to play. They have 2 timeouts left. It's 3rd and 8. If you're Long Beach City, you keep it on the ground here to keep the clock moving, correct?
You have to, but you gotta be smart.
Maybe we see Harvey.
We could. You know, the short pass was effective in the 3rd and 4th quarter for Long Beach.
No matter how this ends, a great job tonight by both Brett Peabody, the head coach for Long Beach City College, and his defensive coordinator, Steve Rutaflores, did a fantastic job with the game plan. Obviously, the Vikings players were up to the challenge of RCC. Riverside had rolled up 58 points last week, nearly 600 yards of offense. So here we go. 3rd and 8 from the 12. Full house backfield for the Vikings. Option. And Fitzgerald in on it. He'll release the football. Incomplete. West was the quarterback for Long Beach City, and the clock will stop with 2 minutes straight up remaining. 4th and 8. Kinslow also applying the heat, and now RCC with an opportunity with some good field position. So the ball at the 12-yard line, which means that Lemieux will have to kick out of his end zone. And a little bit of confusion. Fitzgerald coming in to make the hit as he flailed, and that was a dangerous pass to throw. Here's the punt. Dorso coming in to field it. He'll let it bounce. It'll bounce in Viking territory, and it'll creep over onto the RCC side of the field, but it'll be right at midfield, Jeff.
Well, it's going to be, let's see if Barlage can pull him in here and get the Tigers back in the winning column.
Now, because of the missed field goal earlier, you need a touchdown here.
Yes, you do.
So if you'd gotten the 3 points, you could just drive for a field goal, but here, down 4, the Tigers need the touchdown. So Whitener to the top of the screen, Sanders in the far slot. Split out to the near side is Kennedy, in the near slot, Dylan Laurent. Barlage in at quarterback for RCC. 1st and 10 from the 49. Thrown to the outside, nearly picked off. Sanders, the intended receiver, trying to make the play for Long Beach City. Malik Welch jumped the route, nearly had a pick. Welch, kid from North Torrance, spent a year at the University of Tulsa. 2nd down. Complete to Kennedy at the 45. It'll be 3rd and 4. So Kennedy with 6 catches tonight, but just 38 yards. Obviously, RCC 4-down situation as the clock moves. 3rd and 4. Barledge. Laurent, nothing. Incomplete. So here we go, Jeff.
It's all for everything right here. This is the number 1 ranked team in the nation.
The Vikings on the cusp of an upset. 4th down and 4 from the Long Beach City 45. Four-man rush, Barledge throwing. What a catch! Complete, and the drive stays alive. That man, Rolandis Whitener, reels it in, the freshman from Arcadia High. Move the ball to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 RCC. Here comes pressure. Barledge trying to evade it. He'll just burn the down. No, he threw for Kennedy. Kennedy was in coverage with Dallas Branch. It'll be 2nd and 10, incomplete. Dangerous pass by Barledge, but he had Kennedy in the vicinity. There's the 1st down on 4th and 4. Second and 10 from the 34. 63 ticks remain in this one. Barledge over the middle. A little bit of miscommunication, incomplete. Laurent got tangled up with Nick Delgadillo, the freshman out of Garfield for Long Beach City. 3rd down. So they're going to bring Sanders off the field. Kennedy to the near side. Running into the game, Zach Arciot in the near slot for RCC. Barledge with the pump fake. Barledge over the middle, incomplete. And a flag comes in. Tyler Kennedy, the intended receiver. I think Malik Welch may have been a little early on the bump. It'll be against Long Beach City College. So I think Sanders had to run off due to an equipment issue. Instead, I'm sorry, I did not mean to impugn Malik Welch. It was Dallas Burke who got called on the penalty. So Barledge steps up, throws, and little contact early. So they move the ball to the 22-yard line of Long Beach City College. 52 seconds left in this one. Thanks for staying with us. Elijah Bennett, the setback for RCC. Barledge looking to throw. End zone. Overthrown, incomplete.
Yeah, it was to Tyler Kennedy. Just overthrown a bit. And how do you overthrow Tyler Kennedy, the fastest man alive? Kid Flash.
2nd down coming up. Whitener split out to the far side. Gerald Anderson in the far slot. There goes Bennett into motion. Barledge looking for Sanders. Sanders with the catch on the run. Breaks one tackle and brought down at about the 12. Close to a 1st down. So Giovanni Sanders has been clutch. His 8th reception on the night. He's got 100 yards receiving. Timeout on the field. So it looks like it'll be inside the 14, which will be a 3rd and short.
Both teams with one timeout left.
So Tom Kraft calls timeout here. It'll be 3rd and short. You have one timeout remaining. And what a move there by Sanders. Sanders and Retzlaff both very good after the catch. So what to do here on 3rd and 1? You have 2 plays to get the 1st down, but of course the clock is your enemy, and you need to get into the end zone. You have the timeout. You could also clock it if you need to after the 1st down. So a lot of options here that they're going to draw up. The defense comes back out for Long Beach City. I'll tell you what, they've been great in pressure situations tonight. All the credit goes to the Vikings and their defensive coordinator, Steve Rudaflores. From the 13, it's 3rd and 1 RCC. Kennedy split out to the near side. Laurent in the near slot. Sanders in the far slot for the Tigers. Here comes the pressure, looking for Sanders. Touchdown, Tigers! Giovanni Sanders, Jeff, has been incredibly clutch all season, and he just exemplified that tonight in the last 2 drives, got them near to a first down, and then finally Jacob Barlage finds him in the end zone on the post route for the touchdown.
A big-time play. Great play.
Important PAT here for Servilis, who missed a field goal earlier. 3-point game. 31-28. The Tigers were down 28-17. So there's the throw to Kennedy, the short yardage gain for Barlage. And what a cool, calm customer he was. That's a completion to Sanders. Now, look at this play by Sanders. Didn't quite get the first down. It wasn't for lack of trying. Down at about the 13-yard line, and then Barlage just finds his man one-on-one, and Sanders with the touchdown for the Tigers. So Jacob Barlage now 18 of 31, 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Giovanni Sanders tonight, Jeff, 10 catches, 132 yards and a touchdown. The Tigers now with 408 yards passing on the evening. .25 seconds to play, not over yet. Carson Reed to kick it away. From the 10, here comes Woodard. He's got speed to burn. Submarined near the 30. Tackle on the play by Ben Kari for RCC. So 1 timeout left for Long Beach City. You throw one over the middle, you try to get to midfield, then it's Hail Mary time.
Yes, it is. And I'll tell you what, let's see if Riverside can handle this Viking offense, which has at times been great tonight.
Great job by the defense for the Tigers, stiffening in the 4th quarter. Long Beach City, though, a game effort tonight, and RCC will exhaust their final timeout. Looking at the formation.
Timeout, Riverside.
With 1:04 to play in the 3rd quarter, Long Beach City went up 28-17. And remember, the big interception on the deflection came with about 4 minutes to play in this one. Or actually, 3 minutes to play in this one. And the defense for RCC stood up and got the ball back for Jacob Barlage, and he wasn't going to be denied this time. There would be no tip pass the last time down the field. 2 big completions to Giovanni Sanders, including the go-ahead touchdown with 25 seconds on the clock. So watch Bowen. He's the closest to the quarterback on the near side. He was a big first half. And West winds it up and throws over the middle, incomplete. Pass was intended for Taj Wright. So they can still complete one to midfield here and call timeout. 1 timeout left for the Vikings, 2nd and 10 coming up from the 30. 31-28 Riverside with 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to come back from a 28-17 deficit. West throwing to the middle, incomplete. Joey Mahot makes the play, the freshman from Wansingin, Texas. The defensive back makes it 3rd and 10. Great atmosphere tonight.
Homecoming.
Long Beach contributed to it. The Vikings gave the Tigers everything they could handle. In fact, led by 2 scores coming into the fourth quarter. 9 seconds to play, 1 timeout left for the Vikings. Need a completion here. West to throw. Lobbing it down the sideline. Incomplete. There were 2 white shirts in the vicinity. Bowen was one of them, 4th down.
That'll bring up a 4th and 10 for the Vikings.
A Herculean effort for Riverside in the second half, falling behind and rallying back in this one. A team effort, the defense and the offense complementing each other. 1 play left, more than likely, for Long Beach. West back to throw. Middle of the field, makes the reception, fumble, recovered by RCC on the lateral. Kobe Fitzgerald seals the win as he scoops up the fumbled lateral, and Riverside maintains their ranking. They get a scare from the Vikings of Long Beach City College, but the Tigers victorious on homecoming with the 31-28 victory. Jeff Gorham.
I'll tell you what, you got to be happy if you're Tom Kraft because your guys didn't give up. It's a tough win and versus a very tough Long Beach team. You got to be proud of your guys, but I'll tell you what, you can't go down 2 games in a row. It's going to catch you. You've got to tighten up things. I'm sure Coach will address it here on Monday.
What good teams do is they're confident they can win at any time. Whether they're down 1 score, 2 scores, the way RCC was, the success this team has had over the years when they came in, and it comes from the top, it comes from the coaches.
Yes.
They had no doubt down 28-17 they can come back and win this game, and that's precisely what they did. A lot of that credit goes to the defense for standing up in that fourth quarter and stopping the Long Beach City Vikings. The other credit goes to the offense. The offensive line and the quarterback, Jacob Barlage. Barlage could have been discouraged when he threw the pick off the tip late in the fourth quarter with about 3 minutes to go, but his defense picked him up, and then he came right back and engineered that drive down the field. There was a big 4th down conversion and a big pass interference penalty that aided the Tigers along the way. Here's the first score coming right out of the box, and then it was a 14-0 lead in the fourth quarter as Irwin takes it in. Here's Harvey, one of the 2 quarterbacks that was played for Long Beach City, completes it into the end zone for Bowen to make it 14-7. This allowed RCC, the completion to Dylan Laurent, allowed them to go up 17-7, and then all of a sudden, Long Beach City stepped up. Here's West lobbing it deep, jump ball. Zion Bowen goes up and gets it. The kid from Long Beach Poly makes it a 17-14 game, and then to go up 21-14 in the second quarter, the throw into the end zone there from West. Now here's Harvey with a great play with the option, the fake, gets to the outside and keeps the drive rolling. And now here's West, the lefty, throws the ball deep, and Woodard not only makes the catch, but is able to pull his defender into the end zone for the touchdown. And then back, though, come the Tigers on a drive where Jacob Barlage had stepped in to take over the reins at quarterback. A big throw down the field and a big completion to Giovanni Sanders to complete the ball down to the 15-yard line. And then Barlage looks over the middle and completes it to Dylan Laurent to make it a 28-24 game. And then the final drive of the game, complete to Ty Kennedy. And then Barlage looking downfield. Here's the big play on 4th down that Giovanni Sanders reels in. And then Barlage again, complete to Sanders. Look at Sanders just after the catch. Didn't get the first down here, but loosened it up. And then on the 3rd down play, he finds Sanders in the end zone. That's the game-winning touchdown for RCC that was scored with 25 seconds left to play. 31-28 the final. Barlage in the second half, 18 of 31, 181 yards through the air. The big receivers, Giovanni Sanders, 10 catches, 132 yards. Dylan Laurent, 10 catches, 128 yards. He had a touchdown. On the Long Beach side, Talon Patton ran for 63 yards on 17 carries. Tyon Harvey ran for 54 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns. Derek West threw for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zion Bowens, 7 catches, 170 yards, and 3 TDs for the Vikings. Overall, the Vikings rolled up 461 yards on offense. Riverside was 1 yard better with 462, but more importantly, Jeff, they were 3 points better by a score of 31-28. 5 of 8 in the red zone for Riverside, 1 for 1 in the red zone for Long Beach, and that made all the difference.
Yes, it did. I'll tell you what, they made big plays at big times, but they, at times they just didn't look like the Riverside team we've seen the last few weeks. But I'll tell you what, this is a scare that could really trigger the Tigers to become that #1 ranked team, to live up to that expectation, because I'll tell you what, they have a giant bullseye on the back that everybody's coming after.
Yeah, they will maintain their #1 ranking. Great game for Long Beach, and I think the Vikings are back on track. Remember, they had that little misstep last year, when they went 4-6, and we're waiting for Brian Wilson. He's going to have Jacob Barlage, a couple of the players, for a post-game interview. Brian Wilson, so we're waiting on that right now. But if you're Long Beach City, you're disappointed, obviously, because you wanted to come away with a win. You wanted to upset the #1 team in the nation, but there's a lot that they can build on here. And, they say matchups make fights, and in this game, Long Beach City had the talent on the outside to combat RCC, both on the defensive side and on the offensive side, and I believe we have Brian Wilson down on the field with Jacob Barlage.
Yeah, guys, so hi, I'm here with quarterback Jacob Bartlage. So you guys fell behind early. What was the coach's message? What did you guys kind of do? What made you rally back behind?
We just had to play better. We made adjustments in the locker room, and they're a heck of a team. They're a great defense. We had to make adjustments, and we had to get going. We had to play better. That's exactly what we did there in the last few minutes.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
And here we are with Giovanni Sanders. Gio, so biggest play of the game-winning touchdown. Could you break it down for us? What was going through your mind?
Okay. So we came out, we was in doubles, and I saw him call Yellow Boston. And I remember talking to Silver, talking about, Coach, still Boston, they can't guard the slots. And as soon as that ball was snapped and I looked back, I saw Jake release the ball, and I knew I had to get it. I knew we needed a big play to win the game, and I knew I was going to do it for the team to bring that in, because we're a team effort, and everybody, all assets, we all did good, and we have some things to improve on, but overall, I just know we needed one more big play after a total team effort.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
I say it all the time. Big-time players make big-time plays. Giovanni Sanders was a big-time player tonight. When his team needed him, he stepped up and made 3 really big plays.
Yeah, he was amazing. And I'll tell you what I like about RCC is that they have 2 different looks. You've got a great quarterback that you can start the game with to kind of get you going, and then you bring in Barlage, who's really just a pinpoint quarterback and is able to get those guys the ball.
How about Jacob Barlage bouncing back? Remember, he had the ball tipped and intercepted. He was looking for Ty Kennedy, and then to get the ball back, and he said, all right, guys, I'm going to finish this one, and he finished it with Giovanni Sanders.
It's just a perfect pass, and really it's going to gain confidence for that young man. He's won at every level he's played at, and I'll tell you what, he's going to continue, and this is going to be a great Riverside City College team if they can continue to grow.
A thriller tonight here from Wheelock Stadium. The Riverside City Tigers, they maintain their #1 ranking with a 31-28 win over the Long Beach City Vikings, a really game team and an old rivalry. We've known these teams for a long time. We're in the same division. They're no longer in the same division, but they respect each other, both programs, and they're both very similar programs in terms of they draw a lot of players from their local areas, and they give opportunities to local talent on both sides. So congratulations, Tom Kraft. Congratulations to Brett Peabody, the head coach at Long Beach City. Our final tonight is 31-28 for Jeff Gorham, for Brian Wilson on the sideline, for our entire award-winning Riverside TV crew. Homecoming night here at RCC, and the Tigers with the win, 31-28. My name's Ghazal Hassan. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.